Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the final to our alternative audio coverage of the final domestic league game of the season. Yes, it is the League One playoff final between Barnsley and Sheffield Wednesday. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and you are listening to the Commentary Hub. And I am delighted to have alongside me in the booth, Russ Vernon. Russ, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Nicholas. This should be a good one. We always love South Yorkshire derbies, don't we, Nicholas? Especially when two teams could get promoted to join fellow Yorkshire clubs in the Championship next season. One of these sides will join the likes of Leeds United, Rotherham United, amongst Huddersfield Town, Huddersfield and Hull City, if you can call them a Yorkshire side. We would then be from East Yorkshire. Sometimes I say Humbershire they are from, but at least a few Yorkshire derbies next season, and one of these two will add another one to the mix in the Championship next season. Nicholas, the next season's Championship is shaping up well, and I'm looking forward to that. One of these two teams will join them. Will it be Barnsley or will it be Sheffield Wednesday? You can find out with me, Nick, very shortly. This one is going to be a good one, Nicholas.
Yes, indeed it is. Barnsley last won a playoff final in 2016 when they beat Millwall to reach the Championship, and Sheffield Wednesday's last playoff final win was against Hartlepool United in the mid-2000s. We'll go through some more statistics later. Now let's go through the teams very quickly. In goal for Barnsley is Harry Isted. Then the remaining players are Kitching, Anderson, the captain, Thomas, Cadden, Kane, Connell, Phillips, Williams, Cole, and Tedic. We'll go through formations a bit later. Now on to Sheffield Wednesday with Dawson in goal, Iorfa, Ihekwe, James, Patterson, Palmer, Bannon, the captain, Johnson, Windass, Smith, and Gregory. Russ, there were concerns about Marvin Johnson and Dominic Iorfa being unable to play, but they have made it.
Yes, that's a big plus for Sheffield Wednesday, having both of those players, Palmer and Johnson, available. They were key in the main game in the semi-finals against Peterborough United to help them get here in the game, which they overturned a 4-goal deficit, a first in any EFL competition or in the playoffs history. And they're big players for Sheffield Wednesday. Also Barry Bannon's a key man, the Owls captain, and also the likes of Michael Ihekwe and Michael Smith, who joined the club in the summer from Rotherham United, and they are big players, and really big players who can really try and hopefully get things moving for the Owls and Barnsley. Against Barnsley. Now, looking at the Barnsley team, as I know the teams are just coming out now, Nicholas, as well. Cole, Tedic, key players up front. Kitchen's a good player at the back. Scored early on as Barnsley beat Sheffield Wednesday in the league season at Oakwell early on in the season. Liam Kitchen, a former Leeds United man as well, Nicholas. So he knows where he's like to play against Sheffield Wednesday in these local derbies. This Barnsley side and Sheffield Wednesday side are going to be a tough nut to crack for whoever plays them next season, and it's going to be a tough test on this big stage at Wembley this afternoon as well.
Yes, it will be, as the players have now gathered, have now assembled onto the centre of the pitch. Before the national anthem, we shall now go through our match officials. The referee is Tim Robinson. Assistant referees are Sean Hudson and Akil Howson. The fourth official is John Busby, and the reserve assistant referee, Mark Russell. On VAR is Tony Harrington, and his assistant is Dan Robathan. And this is a final where 4 dreaded words may be used. Video assistant referee, and of course, the dreaded P word, penalties, as the EFL and sponsor officials meet both sets of teams and the referees and his assistants. Barnsley come into this game, the underdogs, having lost 3 out of their 5 matches at Wembley, and their win against Bolton in Wanderers in the last playoff match ended a 4-match winless run Wednesday's last Wembley appearance was in 2016. They lost to Hull City in the Championship playoff final. Hull City going on to the Premier League, and if memory serves me correctly, they stunned the then champions Leicester City on the opening day. Formalities over. The two dignitaries retreat. I mean, make their way back into the stadium. So before we go through the formations, it'll be around time for the national anthems, as is customary at Wembley, and the national anthem is about to start. So here we go. The national anthem sung with gusto by the guest singer and the fans. Just saw a brief glimpse of Michael Duff as the manager of Barnsley. As far as I'm aware, this is his first major final at Wembley. This is his first major playoff final at Wembley. We'll talk more about that later. We'll now go through the formations with Barnsley with Eiston in goal. Thomas, Anderson, and Kitching make up the back three. Then it's a four midfield of Williams, Phillips, Connell, Kane, and Cadden, or rather Phillips and Kane are flanked by Williams, Connell, and Cadden. Tedic and Cole are the two. Tedic and Cole are the two forwards. We'll get round to substitutions if we've got time. Now it's a really different formation for Sheffield Wednesday. A 5-3-4-2-1, starting with Dawson in goal, and Iorfa, Ihekwe, and James, the back three. The four midfielders, Patterson, Palmer, Bannon, and Johnson. Windass flanking Gregory, and Smith, the two forwards. Russ, which side do you see as being the most potent, and why?
I think when you look at the side, Nicholas, both teams have really shown why they've been a worthy finalist after getting through in their playoffs semi-finals. Both teams have done really, really well. No, Sheffield Wednesday were top for quite a while, so that could give them a bit of confidence, and especially coming back from a 4-0 deficit to get through to this playoff final today. But I just feel that Barnsley may just have the edge because of the league form over the two games this season. They performed really, really well, especially the game at Oakwell, which I managed to see earlier on this season. That was a fantastic performance. I think Barnsley may just edge it, but I'm sorry to any Barnsley fans and Sheffield Wednesday fans out there. I think we could go all the way to penalties, Nicholas.
Yes, indeed, they could. And just before we went on air, we touched on the fact that just after we went on air, we went on the fact that there have been no penalties in the same season for all three playoff finals, and today could be the day where everything changes. Luton against Coventry went to penalties in the Championship. Stockport County against Carlisle United went the same way yesterday. Could the League One playoff final follow suit? And the team's not going through the customary tactics and what strategies they're going to use. Barry Bannon giving his team a last briefing. And in terms of the managers, Russ, who would you say is the more confident, Michael Duff or Darren Moore?
Well, probably for me, Nicholas, I'll probably say Darren Moore. The reason behind that is because he saw his side were down and out after the first leg against Peterborough, and then he saw his side come back and actually get through and end up winning in the second leg and advancing on penalties. So I'll probably say Gallimore probably the more confident out of the two managers, but you can never write out Barnsley, especially in the local derby.
We are now just seconds away from the start of the League One player final. It will be Sheffield Wednesday to kick us off first. The referee, Tim Robinson, ensures everyone is in the correct position. And away we go then for the last domestic game of the league season, the League One playoff final, and it was Sheffield Wednesday straight to possession. Already a foul just outside the 18-yard box on a Barnsley player. I couldn't ascertain who it was, but Russ, it's all happened straight away.
Yeah, long ball forward from Sheffield Wednesday, straight from kick-off, and Michael Smith, Nicholas, challenged with Anderson, as we're just seeing here now. They both jump up for the ball, and Smith catched him in the face, going for the ball. It's not an elbow, but just catched him with his forearm in the face. Free kick to Barnsley, and a fast start to the game. Hopefully, we can see some goals very shortly.
Well, it looked like Barnsley were threatening, but Sheffield Wednesday held them firm. The ball is now with Luke O'Connell, who passes up the wing to Anderson, I think it was. Anderson passing back to O'Connell, but the ball is nicked by Michael Smith. Smith passing the ball around to Dominic Iorfa. Remember, there were concerns about his fitness, but he made it today. But Barnsley retake the ball through Connell. Now the ball is with Adam Phillips, but well helped by Sheffield Wednesday. Everyone is going out, all guns blazing today. The last player on the ball for Barnsley was Jordan Williams. Wednesday take it back. It's now with Marvin Johnson. Johnson crossing to Michael Smith, but well held by Barnsley. The ball was briefly with Herbie Kane. Kane goes down. I think he might have been fouled by one of the midfield players. I think it might have been Barry Bannon, but we'll have to check on my monitor for that one. And I'm now beginning to think that it was Liam Palmer. Russ, what do you make of that?
Yeah, it was Liam Palmer. Definitely a free kick for Barnsley there. Silly challenge to give away there, Liam Palmer. And Palmer was the hero to take it to penalties against Peterborough, and he almost proved to be a villain there.
You took the words right out of my mouth, and we're just over we're nearly 2.5 minutes in. Still Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Devante Cole with the ball for Barnsley, but cleared out just in time by Reece James for Sheffield Wednesday. Barnsley have retaken the ball back. The ball was being played up to Devante Cole, but it just went over the line, and I think I have to say, Russ, that in terms of possession, I say Barnsley just about edge it right now.
They do, Nicholas, but Sheffield Wednesday and that's because Sheffield Wednesday are giving the ball away all the time when they're trying to play forward, but they keep giving the ball away. Barnsley guilty of giving the ball away themselves as well. So whoever can get hold of the ball and keep it for more than 5 seconds, because they're just getting the ball and moving it. Both teams, could really have a good promising game this afternoon here.
Barnsley deflects away the Sheffield Wednesday attempt by Johnson towards Bannon, I think it was, but it's a throw into Sheffield Wednesday, and it'll be Johnson that will take the throw. Johnson throws to Reece James. James trying to cross the ball forward, but intercepted by Barnsley. Now the ball goes over the line again. Caught by Michael Ihekwe. He promoted Rotherham from League One to the Championship last season. It's another throw into Wednesday. James to Ihekwe, and Ihekwe now looking for Michael Smith. The ball does indeed find Michael Smith. He has to go around Liam Kitching. Kitching deflects, but it almost results in a Sheffield Wednesday goal. But now Barnsley are on the offensive again. Russ, you have to say that had Eisted not been there, it could well have been the opener for Sheffield Wednesday.
I don't think that header from Gregory was going to go in, Nicholas. I think it might have gone wide, but he said wasn't to know that. He had to come across to try and claim it to the near post there. But fantastic play again from Sheffield Wednesday. Down that right-hand side, especially when the ball went up to Smith by the head of Windass, and they're going behind Barnsley again. Kitchen put a good block in, but could only deflect into the path of Gregory, thinking out with it well.
Good thing I have an extra pair of eyes. I think I might have blinked and missed it. Barnsley take the subsequent throw in, and it's very tight to the top with goals scored in the opening 15 minutes. Sheffield Wednesday are top with 20. Barnsley second with 19. The ball now being crossed into the 18-yard box towards Cole, but cleared out by Sheffield Wednesday. The ball now was going to Michael Smith, but well intercepted by Kitching for Barnsley. Cole passing to Tedic. Remember, Tedic is on loan from Manchester City. The ball now being played forward to Nicky Cadden. Cadden doing really well to hold off the attack, hold off the advances of I think that was Patterson, but it's all in vain for them. And Wednesday somehow were able to retake the ball, but for a while that was good control by Cadden.
Yeah, good play again by Barnsley. Good bit of play from Cadden. Good control. And you just see there on the graphic, he won the 2018 playoffs with Livingston out in Scotland. Hopefully can help Barnsley, from a Barnsley fans' persuasion, this is Nicholas. Hopefully can help Barnsley get over the line into the Championship next season.
Yes, indeed he could. And it's a free kick. And it's a free kick to Barnsley, a long way from the 18-yard box, but the players outside the box are ready and waiting. Mads Anderson and Devante Cole, the closest to the goal area. The ball now soars towards the goal area, but Cameron Dawson was quick to intercept. That free kick to me did not look convincing.
No, it was always going to be too near the goalkeeper there. Dawson, it was an easy catch. No one really gambled on that for Barnsley. There needs to be someone running in, challenging the goalkeeper, putting him under a bit of pressure. No one was doing that, and it was an easy catch for Dawson and an easy claim, and able to clear and take a bit of pressure off from Sheffield Wednesday.
7 minutes in, Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with myself, Nicholas Jones, and Russ Vernon. We're also live on JB Sports, Storm FM, and the Commentary Hub too. You can also find us. You can also hear us on Twitch. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channels, and also hit the follow and also hit the follow button on Twitch. Throw in to Sheffield Wednesday. Throw in to be taken by Patterson, I think, and Patterson throws to Michael Smith. Smith does really well to hold off Anderson, but the ball goes towards his teammate. Cleared out of goal by Barnsley. Bannon! Bannon's efforts looked like it was goal bound, but Barnsley were able to clear away that rebound.
Yes, good throw this from Sheffield Wednesday, straight down the line into the penalty area to Michael Smith, just on the edge actually. Played it out wide again to Palmer. I think he was who pulled the ball in. I might have been Iorfa. I can't really tell from there. Then come out to Bannon, and Thomas, with an header, managed to deflect away from goal. I think Kitchen probably would have cleared it as well, but he wasn't aware of Kitchen behind him there, Thomas. Good
First corner of the game to Sheffield Wednesday. Bannon with the effort. Almost headed in by Patterson. But again, Barnsley keep it out. Can Bannon try again? He has to pass to Michael Ehekwe. Ehekwe into the 18-yard box. Wednesday looked like they could be in with a chance for it. Once again, Barnsley defend with all their might. Wednesday have gotten closer and closer to scoring the first goal of the game, in my view. They appear to have taken on board what you may have said, Russ, and just put in that bit more effort as Johnson now crosses into the 18-yard box, but once again it's rebuffed by Barnsley. Now cleared away by Adam Phillips towards I couldn't see who, but it was intercepted by Bannon. Now it's with Michael Ehekwe, or should that be Johnson? Johnson passing to James. Now Johnson again, but it's caught, but it was intercepted by, I think that was Thomas for Barnsley. Now it's just toing and throwing between the two. Bannon crossing towards Michael Smith. It's Smith with the ball, but he has to hold off Nicky Cadden, and Cadden did really well to deflect it away.
Yes, good play this from Sheffield Wednesday. Starting to get a foothold of the ball. So let's go on front in this match. And this is just sustained pressure. Paul pull the ball back in towards the back post and headed back across goal. And what an effort there. I think it was from Dominic Iorfa inside the penalty area with that effort. I'm just seeing this replay again here now. And yes, it was Iorfa. Good effort from Dominic Iorfa. And that was a fantastic save by Isted in the Barnsley goal. But Sheffield Wednesday coming close to opening the scoring, Nicholas. And Barnsley, we need to get thinking caps on and stop Sheffield Wednesday from creating and getting on the front foot, which happened in the last 5 or so minutes.
Yes, and it seems as though the tide is starting to turn in favour of Sheffield Wednesday. I think, and it's a free kick to Sheffield Wednesday. A player went down. I couldn't see who it was, but it'll be Barry Bannon to take the free kick for Sheffield Wednesday. He's been with the club for such a long time, so he knows what it's like to go up and down, and everyone standing expectantly behind the line. Bannon kicks the ball into the 18-yard box, and Patterson almost had a touch of the ball, but I think he collided with Harry Isted. And that was directly inside the penalty area. The referee coming over to see what the problem is. And Callum Patterson, he's been roughed up. Such a lot this season, but that was a really unnecessary collision by Isted.
Yeah, brilliant free kick from Sheffield Wednesday again. Isted gets a punch to the ball and then just catches him with the full throw. Just cleared the ball away. You can see he gets 2 feet to the ball. And as Patterson's running past him, he just tries to, as stretching his hand down from after connecting with the ball to punch it clear, just pushes the top of Patterson's head, who stays down inside the penalty area. I don't think this is going to be given a penalty, Nicholas. If VAR give this as a penalty, I'll be very, very surprised.
I would not be surprised if this goes to VAR. Darren Moore looking concerned. It's a fine sunny day at Wembley, and water was just being poured onto Patterson's head. That looked like a nasty blow. He's sitting up. He's fine. So it looks as though he will be able to carry on playing. And that is good news for Sheffield Wednesday. And that is good news for Sheffield Wednesday fans. Patterson now jogging up the field just to get his energy and blood flowing, moving. And we are now just about 12 and a half minutes in. It's still Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, as it will be a goal kick, as it will actually be a goal kick to Barnsley. No penalty given, and from what I could see, there was no consultation with VAR. So Sheffield Wednesday, Russ, will feel kind of a bit hard done by.
The will, Nicholas, but yet again, as I said, I think the reason why the VAR didn't check it or give a penalty there was because Harry said cleared the ball away at first before getting the Sheffield Wednesday Patterson afterwards. So I think that's probably why nothing was given there in favour of Sheffield Wednesday.
Thrown by Barnsley, defended by Wednesday. Connell passing to I think that was Thomas, and Thomas now crossing forward to Adam Phillips. Phillips now passing back towards Connell. Connell does well to hold off Bannon, but he can only pass to Herbie Kane. Kane towards Cadden. Now back to Kane, but intercepted by Sheffield Wednesday. Good teamwork by the likes of Palmer and Patterson, I think. Now the ball goes back to Lee Gregory, but a cross forward by Barnsley towards Adam Phillips, and now it was with Phillips. So it was actually from Slobodan Tedic to Phillips, and that is the closest that Barnsley have come to goal.
Yes, wonderful ball into the penalty area for Tadic. He heads down, and as he arrives at Phillips in, because you've just seen it again now. Brilliant ball in from Herbie Kane. It comes to Phillips in as he's about to shoot. Barry Bannon's running across, but he sees him in his eye line, and he just couldn't keep his effort down. But that's another glorious opportunity. First one real chance for Barnsley, but they couldn't take that one.
No, they certainly couldn't. And Wednesday, and it looks like Wednesday are back on the attack. But Barnsley retake the ball through Liam Kitching, and it's Kitching passing to Cole, but Cole misses, and that will be another throw, and that will be another throw to Sheffield Wednesday. And after just over 15 minutes, you just cannot call who is in front in terms of possession. Michael Duff has won 7 promotions as a player and manager. Will he make it? Will he make it an 8th? As it will be Callum Patterson to take the throw in for Sheffield Wednesday. He throws to I think that was towards Michael Smith, but it goes back towards Barnsley and Connell, and over the line it goes for another throw in. The first 15 minutes have already elapsed, so it does have already elapsed. So it looks like no scores will be added in this time. And the ball now being played back towards Lee Gregory for Sheffield Wednesday, but it goes to his teammate now, Barry Bannon. Bannon passing this time to Josh Windass. Josh Windass did well to hold off Barnsley, but he only passed back to Barry Bannon. Now it's with Reece James. James to Ihekwe. Now Ihekwe passing up the wing to Iorfa. Iorfa now crossing. Iorfa now that's a long range cross to Michael Smith, but Smith couldn't get to the ball in time, and that was a well judged interception by Barnsley. And Adam Phillips looked like and the ball was aiming for Adam Phillips, but he was pulled down unnecessarily by Sheffield Wednesday, and Phillips looks in pain. It was either Iorfa or Palmer that fouled him, but what do you think is going to happen? I'm just taking a look at it again. It was Michael Ihekwe who I think just wrapped his arm around his neck.
Yeah, and it was Tadic who went down there, Nicholas, not Phillips. And yes, it was a foul by Michael Ihekwe. I thought the referee initially blew for a free kick, but he said there were no foul, and then he waved play on, and then he saw him down holding back with his head, and he's stopped it there. So, but I think it's going to be a tough game. I think both teams have started well. Nicholas Barnes is starting to go on the front foot now, but Sheffield Wednesday have had a lot of possession early on, as we see the Sheffield Wednesday players taking on some fluids because of how warm it is out there. Today, Barnsley players are doing the exact same as well. I think it's going to be a tough game, especially in this heat as well, in this lovely Wembley sun that we can see out there this afternoon. And it's a nice warm day across the part of the UK today, but very warm and that. So there's going to be lots of stoppages where players go down, where the players take on fluids on board.
Yes, it certainly looks like it. Thankfully, it's not at the same level as the Women's World Cup in 2019, when there were regular drink breaks due to the increasing heat. If you remember that. So Barnsley currently retake possession. Now it's been taken back by Sheffield Wednesday. The ball yo-yoing between the two clubs right now. It's Adam Phillips for Barnsley, and Phillips now crossing to I think that was Slobodan Tedic, and Tedic fouled inside the 18-yard box. I couldn't see if the ball was close to him. We'll wait to see what decisions the referee makes. How do you see this one, Russ?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it again, Nicholas, here, and he's given a free kick against Tadic for a foul on Iorfa, but for me, it wasn't a free kick. Both players had everywhere to go for the ball, and they both got there at the same time. He should have just waved play on, as Barnsley have just won a free kick for a foul over on that far side by Patterson there, should I say, and Barnsley back on the front on possession with a free kick here. So both teams are going fairly well for it, and both teams giving away stupid free kicks as well, in my opinion, Nicholas.
Yes, it certainly looks like it, and strangely enough, And strangely enough, there have been no yellow cards distributed throughout this game. So a free kick. So free kick to Barnsley to be taken by Harry Isted. He wants to make sure he's in the correct position. That's a really long free kick, and it's going towards Devante Cole, who heads towards Slobodan Tedic, but kept out by Wednesday. The ball is loose. It goes to Adam Phillips, but he's not. But Barnsley are offside. And I think that might have been Tedic who was offside. How do you call this one?
I'm not sure if he was offside or not, Nicholas. They need to see it again because it looked like Tedic was in an onside position as the ball came up towards him and he won the header. So I'm not sure if he was offside, and it looks like he's giving him offside, but it looked like it was onto me, Nicholas. So I'm surprised that one's been given.
And I'm surprised, and I'm also surprised that VAR hasn't been called into consideration. I know this is something we don't want to face, but surely it's got to be implemented at some point.
Yeah, well, Nicholas, for those offside decisions, VAR can't get involved. It's only for penalty decisions, changing of cards from yellow to red, and goal decisions that they can get involved in. They can't get involved in those offsides. The only way they can get involved is if a goal is scored and then it is off, and there's an offside in the build-up. That's the only way they can get involved in, or contentious decision whether it should be outside or inside the box. So we might see some of those a bit later on.
James crossing into the 18-yard box, but an easy save by Harry Isted. Whilst you were talking about the intricacies and the rules of VAR, Sheffield Wednesday were closing in on the goal.
Yeah, they're beginning to get more of the ball now, more on the front foot. It's going to be a long afternoon for both of these sides, I feel, because I can't see none of these sides letting up by any stretch. And Barnsley supposedly have sold out their allocation, yet there's a few empty seats, and I know Wednesday have sold out their allocation, and I know a couple of my friends of mine who I used to go to school with, Nicholas, has gone to this game today in the Sheffield Wednesday end, so I want to say good luck to them, and also good luck to a friend of mine who's a Barnsley fan who's gone with his mum, and I think he said it's his mum's first visit to Wembley as well, so hopefully she enjoys a day out at the National Stadium in London. Good
luck to all concerned as Barnsley have now regained the ball. We're just about half distance. Just about half distance in the first half. It's still Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. And you're listening to the Commentary Hub with myself, Nicholas Jones, and Russ Vernon. The ball now with Jordan Williams. Williams passing to Anderson. Barnsley ahead on possession, 53%. Sheffield Wednesday behind on 47%. The ball now being played forward to, I think that was Adam Phillips, but it goes back to Jordan Williams. Williams now passing to Phillips. Phillips now towards Bobby Thomas. Thomas inside the 18-yard box, almost goes through Patterson's legs, but well held by Sheffield Wednesday, who in turn are on the attack themselves. It's Lee Gregory. Gregory pelting up the pitch. He has to find someone to cross it to. He can't go all on it. He can't go all out on his own, surely. And Anderson's deflection has proved my point.
Yes, you proved point quite well there, Nick. It's a fantastic bit of play. But like I said, Barnsley starting on the front foot now and causing quite a few problems in this game. And I can see this match really unfolding now. Both teams coming into it. And both teams up to get that first score as Wednesday. Just played out of play for a throw into Barnsley there. That was a poor pass in the end. But absolutely. But both teams now starting to get into the game. And it's only a matter of time before one of these sides open the scoring. Who will it be? But will it be the Reds of Barnsley or will it be the Blue and Whites of Sheffield Wednesday?
They'll have to. One of those teams. They'll have to start scoring soon if they don't want to take this game to extra time or penalties, which has been the case over the weekend. Remember, and I'm just going to take a look at something I might have just missed on my monitor. That was a great set. I think that was the earliest setup by Palmer towards Iorfa, and that has just got to be a case of if only. and the reaction on the Sheffield Wednesday fans' faces is one of pure disappointment. Iorfa has surely got to make another contribution like this.
Yes, absolutely. Nicholas is hopefully going to make a contribution like this. But like I said, it's another fantastic day, fantastic game of football, and looking forward to moving forward into the remainder of this game. Both teams started to get into it now, and like I said, it's a warm day out there. I see plenty of fans probably going for some shade themselves, and so it's going to be a very good afternoon as we're just going across, and we've seen the Barnsley fans at this end of the pitch for Sheffield Wednesday down on the far side from where we've just seen that where we've just got a camera shot from there. So it's very interesting to see there.
Throw into Barnsley to be taken by Bobby Thomas. Thomas straightening out his shirt and cleaning the ball by the looks of it. He throws the ball towards. I think that was aiming for Phillips, but headed out very well by Dominic. Iorfa. That did not require much effort in my view. And Darren Moore barking out orders from the touchline. It's another throw into Barnsley to be taken by Thomas. Take two, and it does work for them because the ball is still in play. It goes towards Phillips for Barnsley, now the ball being passed to Jordan Williams. Williams now passes to Devante Cole. Cole has to hold off Michael Ehekwe, but Ehekwe was just pushing him all the way.
It was Nicholas, yes, but good bit of play again from Barnsley, trying to force Sheffield Wednesday into a mistake, but he's not worked out like that just yet.
Wednesday holding up really well as it looked like Johnson was about to take advantage of this throw-in, but nothing doing. And Barnsley now have the ball back through Liam Kitching. Kitching passes the ball around a few players, but it goes back as far as Eisted. Now the ball has been passed out of goal to the captain Anderson. Anderson passes up the wing to Liam Kitching. Now back towards Anderson. Anderson needs to find someone to pass it to quickly. It goes as far as Luca Connell. Should have passed to him sooner, in my view. But I may be eating my words. And I was just going to say that Barnsley would play it forward, but well-timed interception by Sheffield Wednesday. And a foul on a Barnsley player. But Wednesday appears to have gotten that extra burst of acceleration. It goes back to Barry Bannon. And now the ball is with Michael Ehekwe. Ehekwe trying to cross to I think that was Johnson, but again held up by Barnsley. Cole looked like he was about to grab the ball, but he just missed it. It went over the line, and I think I think that might have been by Bannon. 28 minutes in, Russ, and neither side is willing to concede.
No, I think it's going to be like this for a large part of the game, Nicholas, and a large part of the afternoon. Both teams don't want to lose out on their place in the Championship next season, which one of these sides will get, and condemn the other to the League One football for next season. But you never know what's going to happen. It could be a very long afternoon for myself and you, Nicholas. We could still be sat here in around about a couple of hours' time, coming towards the end of extra time and maybe getting ready to do penalties. Who knows what's going to happen in around about 5:30 this afternoon.
Nicky Cadden currently with the ball for Barnsley. I think it, but I think it might have been deflected out. Nicky Cadden joined from Forest Green Rovers last season. The ball is over the line for a Sheffield Wednesday throw. I think it's Patterson to take the throw. Indeed, it is. Patterson throws to Iorfa. Now Ehekwe playing the ball forward to Marvin Johnson. Johnson trying to get past Jordan Williams, but he just pushes him over. That that didn't look like anything worthy of a foul. So play will go on without any major interruptions. We're now waiting to see what will happen next. It's a goal kick to Barnsley, or should that be a free kick? Isted casually passing the ball out to Anderson. Anderson now to Kitching, who finds Cadden. It's Cadden passing to Anderson. Anderson now finds Bobby Thomas. Thomas doing really well to hold off. Josh Windass. And Barnsley still have control of the ball, or do they? But it goes up to Cameron Dawson. He should have crossed to someone. He should have found it. There should have been more time and space to cross forward to one of the Barnsley forwards. Otherwise they'd have been in danger of offside. Sheffield Wednesday trying to go for it again. Headed away though by Barnsley. Now the ball is back with I think that's Josh Windass or Michael Smith. Cole to Herbie Kane. Kane now towards Nicky Cadden. Cadden crossing down the wing to Jordan Williams, but well held by Sheffield Wednesday. It's Williams now to Adam Phillips. Adam Phillips trying to hold off Reece James. Did the ball go over the line? No, it didn't. Well, taken back by Barry Bannon. Johnson to Reece James. Now it's back with Barnsley. Devante Cole to Luca Connell, and Connell now passing to Herbie Kane. It's Kane to Cadden. Cadden trying to cross into the 18-yard box, but casually deflected away by Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, good play from Barnsley. It all started down this right-hand side where the forward won a corner themselves through Phillips trying to pull the ball in. It was kept in play. They won the ball back in midfield. Luca Connor won it back, fed it into Herbie Kane, who saw the run of Nicky Cannon from that left-hand side. He put it in towards the penalty area, deflected behind by Patterson, and Barnsley, 21 goals from set pieces in League One this season. Can they add another one to their game this evening? Well, this afternoon, 32 minutes gone, still 0-0.
First corner of the match for Barnsley. Will they benefit from this? The ball goes into the 18-yard box, but capped out. And Nicky Cadden goes for a long-range shot, but he misses that one. Barnsley have wasted a golden opportunity to get themselves in front.
Yes, a fantastic corner, just cleared away to the edge of the box by Bannon to Cadden, and then Cadden just sliced at it, and he went over the bar in the end, Nicholas. Poor effort there from Barnsley's point of view.
Yes, indeed it is. And Dean Windass, who scored in Hull's 1-0 championship victory all those years ago, he is Josh Windass's dad, and it's a case of like father, like son in the Wembley playoff final. As Barnsley just retake the ball through Liam Kitching and sitting on the bench looking very concentrating is Adriano Basso, the goalkeeping coach, and Windass Senior looking on expectantly. It'll be a free kick to Sheffield Wednesday. And who will it be to take the free kick? It's of course the man they can count on, Barry Bannon. Bannon crossing into the 18-yard box, but flicked away by Barnsley. And the ball now being pressed forward by Slobodan Tedic, but it goes as far as Cameron Dawson. Dawson clears the ball before Devante Cole can get to it. But I think I've just seen a foul on Liam Kitching. That might have been by Lee Gregory. Are we going to see a yellow card out of this? What do you make of this, Russ?
Yeah, just looking at it again, Nicholson, is a free kick to Sheffield Wednesday, foul by Kitchen on Gregory. He came over the back of him, trying to win the ball, and he puts his arms over the top of him, catches him on the back of the head, and then climbs over him. The ball hits him on the back. Free kick to Sheffield Wednesday, and just a free kick for me, no booking there.
I thought this was football, not the pommel horse event. Sheffield Wednesday to take the free kick, but caught easily by Harry Isted. Sorry, folks. I just couldn't. Sorry, folks. I just thought. Sorry, folks. I just can't stop myself laughing from that terrible joke I made. Anyway, Isted catches the ball. Anyway, Isted catches the ball with ease. But what's this? A barge on Michael Smith, and he goes down of his own accord.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get Michael Smith booked there, but the referee wasn't buying it at all from him. As Sheffield Wednesday and Barnsley player, I can't see which two it is. There's a Wednesday player down, which
I think it's Reece James.
Yeah, it's Reece James. I'm not sure who the Barnsley man is. It could potentially be Adam Phillips, I think. No, not Adam Phillips. It might be Jordan Williams. No, I can see now it's Tedic who's down and James after a clash of heads going for the ball there. And Tedic won the ball and then flicked it on. But then they both clashed heads and gone down. Hopefully nothing too serious. There is a stretcher getting prepared to come on for one of the players, it looks like. But which player this is stretcher's coming on for, we'd have to wait and see, Nicholas. But I've just seen a stretcher come out onto the pitch, but I'm not sure who it's going to be for.
No, we'll have to wait and see. And the stretcher in a football match is something no one wants to see. And Slobodan Tedic just about gets up. He seems to be all right. The physio's talking to him, and an ice pack being applied to Reece James's head, and up he goes as well, giving his arms a bit of a stretch. So he's obviously okay. Adam Phillips discards the drinks bottle onto the touchline, and it will be I think a free kick to Sheffield Wednesday. Everyone now waiting to see what happens. It looks like it'll be Iorfa to take the free kick for Sheffield Wednesday. So nearly 37 and a half minutes in, it's still Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. The free kick quickly taken by Iorfa, who passes to Cameron Dawson. Dawson now standing in front of the ball. He just about manages to get outside his goal area, and he clears it forward towards Michael Smith. Or was he aiming for Josh Windass? But either way, it's not to be that time for Sheffield Wednesday. The ball cleared out by Barnsley. Thrown to Wednesday. Now the ball is with Marvin Johnson. Johnson just had it inside the 18-yard box. The ball now being crossed down back towards Johnson again. I couldn't see who crossed it to him. It might have been Palmer or somebody. Now the ball's going around again. And it'll be caught by Michael Smith. Nicky Cadden does well to send it off him, and caught once again by Isted. Sheffield Wednesday, despite how many times Sheffield Wednesday are getting closer and closer to the goal, Barnsley just seem to repel them.
Yeah, Barnsley standing firm every time Sheffield Wednesday go forward, and the Owls are doing the same every time the Reds go forward, Nicholas. He's going to be like this for the majority of the game, I reckon. Both teams, like I keep reiterating throughout the commentary, both teams don't want to lose this match, and I can't see them letting up come the end of this first half. Like, we could go in all square of the break, Nicholas, but hopefully that's the commentator's curse, and we get to go very shortly.
I offer with the ball last for Sheffield Wednesday, but I think he collided with Devante Cole, and his father Andy Cole shaking his head. He's won 9 major trophies in his career, including 9 Premier League titles. So Barry Bannon now passing down the wing to Reece James. James to Marvin Johnson. Johnson passes back to Barry Bannon. and Bannon now passing up the wing to Palmer. Across forward in towards the 18-yard box by Palmer. Patterson looked like he was going to go after the ball, but it just goes over the line. I think that this game there's been more misses than forward attacks.
Yeah, it looks that way, Nicholas. It looks that way, mate. But we'll have to see what happens moving forward. And both teams have really started to get a foothold of the game, foothold on the ball, and trying to cause a few problems for each other. But both defences standing firm right now. How much longer this can go on is anybody's guess. Because for me, at one stage, this could end up being someone could end up scoring here. Other team will have to come out. And it could end up being a one-way traffic from the end of the game. Whoever gets his first goal for me will go on to win the game.
Couple of throw-ins which did not go the way they wanted to, which did not go the way the teams wanted to. Less than 5 minutes to go. It's still Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, and Dejpon Chansiri looking on in the stands. He was present in the second leg playoff match against Peterborough. And Darren Moore trying to keep himself calm and composed. Goal kick to Barnsley, cleared out of goal by Harry Eisted towards Adam Phillips, but Phillips was, I think, fouled by Johnson. But play still goes on. The ball is aimed for Lee Gregory, but well intercepted by Barnsley. Now Wednesday have it back with Marvin Johnson. Bannon crossing into the 18-yard box. Almost picked up by Michael Smith, but the ball just went past him, and Sheffield Wednesday once again another loss of an opportunity, another loss of a great chance to get themselves in front, as Harry Eisted gets ready any second now to clear the ball out of the Barnsley goal. And sitting in the stands is Nirav Parekh, the Barnsley chairman. Apologies to any Barnsley fans listening if I get this name pronunciation wrong. As Thomas heads towards I think that was Mads Anderson. And the ball, but the ball goes over the line for a Barnsley throw. It might have been deflected by a Wednesday player. It'll be Thomas to take the throw for Barnsley. He tried to throw to a Tedic, but was intercepted by Wednesday. It's Calder crossing the ball into the 18-yard box. Barnsley almost had the chance with Tedic, but kept out well by Wednesday. It's Thomas passing to Mads Anderson. Anderson now to Nicky Cadden. It's Cadden to Liam Kitching and Kane. Back down towards Kitching, or Anderson, I should say. Anderson passing now to Liam Kitching, and Kitching was trying to cross to Cole, but Cole's momentum was halted by Sheffield Wednesday, and it can only go as far as Cameron Dawson inside the goal area. Less than 2 minutes to go. Russ, I'd say both sides are starting to become really desperate now.
Indeed, Nicholas. I think one of these says we're going to try and open the score before half time, but both defences so far are holding firm, and it's interesting to see if Barnsley do profit from this attack here. But is Colby fouled then? Not according to the referee. It looked a foul to me, but Sheffield Wednesday coming forward here now, Nicholas.
Patterson to Johnson, now back towards Patterson, but cleared out of the area by Bobby Thomas, and we'll have to see which way the ball exactly went. I think it might well be either a throw-in or a corner. So that was the foul on Devante Cole, which the referee deemed was not foul worthy. I think there should have at least been a caution. Throwing to Sheffield Wednesday, and Marvin Johnson. Johnson throws the ball into the 18-yard box. Iorfa Iorfa has to send it to another player, and I think that went to Johnson, so it would have been Patterson that took the throw in. Bannon to Liam Palmer. Now it's Reece James. James now crosses into the 18-yard box, but well held by Harry Eisted with 15 seconds to go. It doesn't look like anyone is going to score within normal time. They could well do so with it. They could well do so with whatever minutes of stoppage time will be added, and we will find out very shortly. 5 minutes have been added on, so both sides need to make those 5 extra minutes count. As an attempted cross by Williams gets deflected away by Patterson. Russ, they have to make those 5 minutes count.
The do. Both teams need to make this count, and Barnsley sending players up from the back here for this. What's going to be a long throw from Bobby Thomas. Sheffield Wednesday can provide long throws. Barnsley saying, so can we. Anything you can do, we can do as well. Let's see if Barnsley can do it even better and score from this.
Thomas throws the ball into the 18-yard box, headed up by Anderson, but it goes over the line. I think that might have been a deflection by Iorfa. So if that is the case, then Barnsley will have another corner, which they do. So it'll be the second corner for the Reds, and the ball sails into the 18-yard box, but blazed over. But blazed over by somebody. It might have been Thomas, or it could have been a deflection from a Sheffield Wednesday player. We'll just have a look at this again. And Thomas it was that blazed it over. His header was way too aggressive.
Good corner in, but it just go underneath it. Didn't get underneath it properly. Just when it jumped up just a little fraction too early, as we're coming back down, that's where he connected weight, and that's why I went over there, Nicholas. But Barnsley, any of this half stronger. I wonder if Sheffield Wednesday can do this as well.
Who would have thought a game like this would go towards that? And just as I say that, Lee Gregory brought down inside the penalty area. Could this be a penalty? I couldn't tell if it was or not. Was he anywhere near the ball? I'm going to ask Russ to see what he thought happened.
It was a brilliant bowling from Michael Smith, and somehow the linesman and the referee have combined it. I said it's a goal kick to Barnsley. When I'm just seeing just looked it's again here now. I'm just looking at it again now, and he definitely comes off the Barnsley man last, and he's behind and they've given a goal kick here to Barnsley when it should have been a corner to Sheffield Wednesday.
Yes, I'm inclined to agree that it should have been a corner, but with nearly 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining, it's still Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Cole with the ball momentarily for Wednesday, but they do well to intercept. It's Luke O'Connell with the ball for Barnsley, who passes up to Anderson. Then the ball goes back to Connell, but tackled by Palmer. Yet the ball goes over the line. Palmer should have been a bit more precise with his tackle. I'm afraid, as it'll be a throw to Barnsley. The ball now goes to Connell. Connell passes to Bobby Thomas. Now Jordan Williams crossing forwards to Adam Phillips, I think it is, but intercepted by James. It's Bannon to Palmer. Now Johnson. Now back to now it's with Josh Windass, I should say. Windass to Michael Ehekwe. Iorfa, and a cross by Iorfa. Barnsley there's been more action, 30% in the Barnsley goal area, but Barnsley themselves were trying to set up this shot by Tedic, and that looked very messy to me.
Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday getting caught out of the back here. Nick, it's fantastic play again from Barnsley. Started over on the left hand side. Cannon play the ball, come running in, play the ball into the path of Phillips, into Tadic, who go lucky. Initially, did Reece James, who tried to cut it out. It's against Tadic, and he come back to Bannon, who just acts in behind, and then had a right go at his defence there for not doing what they should be doing in them situations. And Bannon is just shaking his head here.
Corner to Barnsley to be taken by Phillips, and Phillips trying to cross in. Phillips crosses into the 18-yard box, but nobody gets to the ball, and that looks like it'll be the last action of the game, and it is half time at Wembley Stadium, and the action was explosive. It was explosive from the start, and it cooled down. Then it peaked again. And from then on, it was just a case of who's going to blink first. Nobody did. And the halftime score in the League One playoff final at Wembley is Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Russ, what do you make of the first half?
Yeah, I think it's been a good game, Nicholas. Both teams started really, really slowly, trying to figure out each other. Then Barnsley got on the front foot a little bit, creating a few problems for Sheffield Wednesday. Wednesday, they got back into their groove a little bit and started creating a few problems. And then towards the end of the first half, it's been end to end, and I would probably say Barnsley have shaded in terms of chances in that first half, but they've just been unable, and so have Wednesday been unable to take one of their chances that's come their way to be in the lead. But at the break, Nicholas, as you say, is goalless. Still anybody's game. And I wonder who's going to come out on top. And then I wonder if we will get extra time and penalties a bit later on.
Okay, we're gonna take a bit of a break, but we'll be right back before the start. But we'll be right back to the start of the second half. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the League One playoff final between Barnsley and Sheffield Wednesday. Don't forget, this is the last game of the domestic league season, and next week it is the game to end all games, the FA Cup final between Manchester City and Manchester United. I will be presenting this one, and our commentators will be John JB Stossard and Russ Vernon, who is alongside me for this game. The players are not and all I can say was that was a really and all I can say was that was the first half that brought out the best. That brought out the best in both sides. We're only a few minutes away now from kicking off the second half. We're just going to go through some of the final points in the first half. Dominic Iorfa and Barry Bannon came close to scoring for Sheffield Wednesday. Barnsley had a few chances themselves through Slobodan Tedic and that missed header by Bobby Thomas. Russ, what do you think? What do you think the strategies will be between both sides going into the next 45 minutes?
Well, one strategy for me, Nicholas, will be don't lose. Because that'll be first and foremost from both managers. They'll be saying don't lose this game. They'll be wanting to win the game. Also, they'll say if you can't win it, don't lose it, take it to extra time. There's still chances. You still got an extra 30 minutes to try and win it. So they may not go out all out for lever to win it. They may want to try and win it in 90 minutes and we'll still have the chances. But they may go, both managers will know that if they don't do it in 90 minutes, there's an extra 30 minutes of potential penalties on the line to do it in. And just wanted to add briefly, Nicholas, you just mentioned about the FA Cup final this weekend. Also doing the FA Cup final this weekend with myself and JB. Paul James will also be in the commentary booth alongside myself and JB on co-coms as well. So it'll be a first ever three-man commentary team at the weekend.
And a substitution for Barnsley before the second half. Slobodan Tedic makes way for James Norwood. That is so disappointing for the Manchester City loanee. Norwood comes in to step up to the plate. What has he got to do to fill the hole left by Tedic as we get ready to kick off for the second half? It will be Barnsley that will get us underway. Bit of a delay in proceedings, but away we go then for the second half of the League One playoff final at Wembley, and it looks like Barnsley are straight into it with James Norwood, but he had his shirt pulled. But he had his shirt pulled a lot by Reece James. We did say quite a lot throughout the first half that Sheffield Wednesday. We did say quite a lot in the first half that Barnsley just out it in front. No, and it looks as though they're going to continue this cycle, as it will be a corner to Barnsley to be taken by Bobby Thomas, by the looks of it. Or is it a throw? No, it's a throw. I beg your pardon. So thrown by Thomas, clips off Anderson, and now it's with Nicky Cadden, but deflected away by Josh Windass for Sheffield Wednesday. Russ, Barnsley straight into it right from the start, but Sheffield Wednesday once again showing why they are so resilient.
They are, Nicholas. Yes, and I'm just looking at this again. There's a challenge here from Gregory on Kitchen after Kitchen's put the ball away. Gregory kicks his leg nowhere near the ball. I think we could have a first VAR check of the afternoon and a potential Barnsley penalty here, because that is a penalty. And yes, right on you, Nicholas. We have got a VAR review, and Barnsley could be having a penalty here for a foul by Lee Gregory and Liam Kitchen.
We await the final outcome. So this could well turn this game on its head, and the game has been restarted. No penalty given. So VAR has ruled this one out, and it will be Herbie Kane. That will restart proceedings. But what's your opinion, Russ? Should it have been a penalty for Barnsley?
I think he should, Nicholas. I think they're saying Gregory got the ball, and when I'm just looking at a different angle, I looked at it from 2 or 3 angles now. Gregory doesn't touch the ball. That's a stonewall penalty for Barnsley.
Free kick to Barnsley. According to Russ, they should have deserved better. It looks like it'll be Herbie Kane that will take the free kick, or is it going to be Connell? It's Connell to take the free kick straight into the 18-yard box, cleared out by Wednesday. This could play back into Wednesday's hands, but it's Williams with the ball, and he's heading it forward towards Bobby Thomas. And after the ball comes James Norwood, but intercepted by Wednesday. It's Norwood after the ball again, but Wednesday hold firm. Barnsley retake the ball. The ball now being played towards Devante Cole, but intercepted by Michael Ehekwe. Now it's with Bannon, and it's Bannon crossing to Lee Gregory, I think it was, but caught by Barnsley, and the ball now being played forward by Connell towards Devante Cole. Cole crossing to Phillips. Now it's with Jordan Williams. Williams back to Phillips. And a cross by Williams to Devante Cole, but intercepted by Iorfa. Now it's with Wednesday again. Kitching tries to retake it for Barnsley. It's Connell losing it to Gregory. Phillips tries to tackle it off him, and Gregory has gone down. Lee Gregory, I should say, has gone down. What is the referee going to make of? What is the referee going to make of this?
I think he probably may have just been talking to owner. He's going for a red
It's
card.
It's a red card. Sorry, Ross, but Adam Phillips has been given a red card. I can't think for the life of me why he deserved that red card, even though he was the one that fouled Lee Gregory. Michael Duff can't believe it either. He's still on the ground. He's still on the pitch though. But should Phillips have been given the red card?
I'm just looking at this again now, Nicholas. He doesn't get the ball, goes over the top of him, and that is endangering an opponent there. And for me, I think it's a red on the first couple of viewers. When you look at this again,
it's gone to VAR. Sorry, Russ. We're just going to see if VAR will repeal this. And
I'm just looking at it again, Nicholas. See while VAR's checking it. I'm not sure if he's. I think he should be a yellow here. I think he's only got red because of the reaction of Windass. You see, Windass turns away as soon as the challenge made and throws his fist in towards the referee there.
So now we wait the final. Final decision by the referee on Phillips, and he's not budging. The red card stands, and Phillips is sent off. So that reduces Barnsley. So that reduces Barnsley to 10 men. Only a few minutes ago, they had a chance for penalty, which was taken away from them. Now a man down. It looks as though they are on the back foot, and the game could well be Sheffield Wednesday's.
Yes, I think that's a game-changing moment. You saw Michael Duff there saying, because the Barnsley were playing 3 at the back, now saying 4-4-2 rather than 3-4-3, or 3-5-2, which he was playing. So one of the midfielders has dropped back into the back line now. So it's interesting to see what happens here in this game.
Certainly will be interesting to see what happens. It's Bannon with the ball. A quick pass to Iorfa. Now it goes towards Michael Smith, but well tackled by Barnsley, and Liam Kitching pushed out pushed out of the way by Smith. So I think that'll be a corner. So I think that'll be a corner to Sheffield Wednesday. I did see a flag go up. Was it for offside? I don't know. Darren Moore waiting to see what will happen next. As well as the Sheffield Wednesday fans, he's shouting his orders from the touchline. But poor Michael Duff to go down for his team to go down, for his team to go a man down is not what he want. It's not what he wanted. So, but it's actually going to be a long range goal kick by Barnsley, but tackled by Sheffield Wednesday. Now the ball has been retaken by Barnsley. It's Jordan Williams, but caught just in time by Callum Patterson. Patterson with the ball for Wednesday, but he loses it to Barnsley, but deflected away again by Sheffield Wednesday. Now the ball goes over the line. I think Sheffield Wednesday are starting to claw back the deficit in terms of possession.
They are, Nicholas, yes, and I'm just seeing the challenge again from Phillips, and I'm still not sure whether that's a red card offence. I know VAR's got involved and said it stands as a red card, but I think the only reason they've given that as a red card was for the reaction of Josh Windass.
That might well have been the case, but you or I are fully qualified officials, so we can't decide that. It's Nicky Cadden with the ball for Barnsley. He has to find a way to bring himself back into it. I mean, bring the team back into it. But the deflection by Liam Palmer, kind of halts that. So it'll be a throw. It'll be a throw in. So it'll be a throw in to Barnsley and Thomas, or is it going to be a corner? No, it's a long range throw. So he gets ready to take the throw. He throws very long into the 18-yard box. And is this a chance for Barnsley? Hits the goal post! And that is the closest anyone. And that was the closest anyone has come to scoring. Barnsley retake the ball. I think that was Jordan Williams. Williams crossing forward to Bobby Thomas. Now it's with Devante Cole. Cole to Luca Connell. Now it goes to Mads Anderson. Anderson with the ball for Barnsley. Almost tackled by Wednesday. It's now back with Liam Kitching. Kitching goes for a cross. Now it goes to James Norwood. Will Barnsley try again? It goes over the line. But that set up by Cadden could well have resulted in Barnsley's first goal.
Yes, brilliant effort from Nicky Cadden, and I'm just trying to see what it is. It's Kitchen. Cadden goes for the shot, comes off the Kitchen onto the crossbar, and that is just whiskers away from Barnsley, putting into the lead in the League One playoff 11, just gone down to 10 men, which for me should have gone down to 10 men because it was not a red card in my opinion. That is only my opinion, or the opinion of everyone here on the commentary hub. Probably not many people across the world as well, but Barnsley still have 11 men on the field to play right now.
Barnsley just inches away from redeeming themselves, but that has not happened yet. 55 and a half minutes in, Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. The score remains, but Wednesday now have a chance of their own through Barry Bannon. Bannon just blazes over the crossbar, and the goal still, and the scoreline still remains. He knows that could have been the opening for Sheffield Wednesday. Just barely 2 minutes in, and both clubs failed to register an opportunity to score.
Yes, a fantastic bit of play by Sheffield Wednesday. Down their left-hand side, played it to Barry Bannon. That curling effort is just not far wide. And the Sheffield Wednesday captain and midfielder drops to his knees after seeing that one curl wide of the post. Still goalless here at Wembley in the match, which me and Nicholas are coming for you.
That's it. That's right. And Barnsley now looking for a chance themselves. It's Nicky Cadden again, but bombed away by Cameron Dawson. One moment, it's just yo-yoing two goals at the moment. 1 minute it's Barnsley, the next is Sheffield Wednesday, and it's Barnsley again, but nothing has resulted in a goal so far. Surely, Russ, something has got to give.
Yeah, something's got to give, Nicholas, and that was another fantastic effort from Barnsley and a good effort from Nicky Cannon again. Can Barnsley profit from this corner now? Game's opening up now.
Corner by Connell, but everybody misses. It goes to James Norwood. Norwood passes to, I think that might have been Phillips, but now it goes back to Connell. Connell has to hold off the advances of Johnson. The ball crosses into the 18-yard box. It goes back out to Jordan Williams. Williams goes for it, but easily caught, but easily saved by Cameron Dawson. And after almost 57 and a half minutes, it still remains Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, and Wednesday trying to play the ball forward with Iorfa to Josh Windass. Windass now passing to Johnson, just kept out by Harry Eisted. And I think he's just brought down Michael Smith, but I said really sharp reflexes, did not let the ball go, and Russ, the yo-yo effect continues.
Yes, chances at one end, chances at the other, and this time Johnson with the ball in, deflects off Thomas and almost went into his own net if it wasn't for Isted. And then Michael Smith tried to get on the rebound, and Isted claimed onto it. This game now, Nicholas, is really opening up as we see Barnsley with a throwing Cole down injured at the moment. But Barnsley and Wednesday now starting to come into this game. Both is opening up, as I mentioned, and both teams having chances now. This could go either way, Nicholas.
It certainly could. And Devante Cole now back up on his feet, so he looks okay. And the chief referee the chief refereeing officer Howard Webb, what must be going on in his mind, seeing the officiating that has gone on throughout this game. Throw in to Barnsley. Wednesday take the ball back. Now it goes back towards Barnsley. Wednesday have retaken the ball back. Wednesday retake the ball back through Callum Patterson. Patterson trying to send it forward, but taken back by Barnsley. And now the ball is loose. It was almost picked up by Kane, but deflected clear by Iorfa. So we're just almost 60 minutes in and still no goals. It's a free kick. It'll be a long range throw in, I should say, to Barnsley. Bobby Thomas to take the throw for the Reds. He takes a few steps back. He aims the ball, throws into the 18-yard box. Kept out this time by Sheffield Wednesday. Headed by Williams. Was almost caught by Anderson. Now the ball is being retaken by Johnson, who loses it to Norwood. Now the ball goes towards Cole, but deflected away by Wednesday, and it's back with Barnsley and Connell to Jordan Williams, I think, but kept out again by Wednesday. It's now with Williams again, and Williams to Liam Kitching. Kitching crossing the ball forward to Williams. I thought Barnsley had it for a moment, Russ, but Wednesday just keep on defending, and that has surely given Michael Duff the confidence he needs to take Barnsley to where they need to be.
Absolutely, Nicholas. Barnsley starting to get on the front foot now, but as Wednesday are coming trying to get forward now, but William defending again from Barnsley. Barnsley starting to creep forward now. Wednesday trying to creep forward as well. This game has really opened up since that red card, and it's 31's game. We've still been 0-0, and just over an hour gone. I think, Nicholas, we could see a winner in 90 minutes of this race, but to who is anybody's guess.
It could well be a winner. It could well be a winner in 90 minutes as the ball is being passed down the wing to Dominic Iorfa. Iorfa passes to Ehekwe. Ehekwe now passing up the wing to Reece James. Now it's Barry Bannon, the captain. Now he passes back to James. James James now to Patterson, I think, but was almost aiming for Smith. Cleared out headed out, I should say, by Thomas. Barnsley now back in possession with Jordan Williams, who was aiming to pass to Cole, but intercepted by Wednesday, and it goes back to the goal, and it goes back to the Owl stopper, Cameron Dawson. Dawson now passing the ball back out to Reece James. It's James all on his own with the ball. He wants to take on the ball, but he passes to Michael Smith in the forward position. Very wise. Goes back to James. Now Bannon. Bannon crossing into the 18-yard box. Headed out by Barnsley. Now the ball goes to Josh Windass. Windass passes to Iorfa. Iorfa was, I think, crossing to Michael Smith. I think Gregory, and that was almost the goal that Wednesday wanted.
Yes, Nicholas. Sheffield Wednesday starting to go into it now, and as I said, Nicholas is still opening up, but Sheffield Wednesday coming close there. But good defending from Barnsley once again. It's still anybody's game at the moment.
Thrown by Windass to Liam Palmer, passes back to Windass. Now it's with Michael Ehekwe. Ehekwe passing up the wing to Reece James. Now the ball is with Michael Ehekwe. Now it's back to Barry Bannon. Bannon to James again. James now passes back to Windass. Windass tries to find a shot, but he's just wide.
Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday, Nicholas, knocking on the door. You saw Dean Windass there jump up out of his seat as his son went close for Sheffield Wednesday. Good play down the left-hand side. Bannon playing onto the edge of the box. James running across. Comes to Windass, takes it past two Barnsley players, drags it across. No one could gamble. And this is so close there from Sheffield Wednesday. One of these moments could end up going in, and these missed chances from both sides could end up costing their team.
They could well do, and the ball now being cleared out of goal by Harry Eisted. Eisted sending the ball forward, but it's only intercepted by Sheffield Wednesday. And Wednesday now playing the ball forward too. I think that's Josh Windass! But he's been brought into. But it was Gregory who was brought down inside the penalty area. The referee says no penalty. Advantage Barnsley. But there was a bit of shirt pulling going on with Michael Smith, and the Barnsley defender did bring down Gregory inside the 18-yard box. It was Bobby Thomas. I have half a mind to say it was a penalty, but what do you think?
I've seen him given Nicholas, but also I think Gregory does put his arm into the back of Thomas as well, try and get in front of Thomas. So I think that's probably the reason why he's not giving it. If he'd gone down punching the ground like he did when Barnsley, the man sent off, he probably would have given a penalty there where this referee's performed, because the red card was never a red card, and Barnsley had a penalty just before that, which wasn't given either.
Thomas with the throw for Barnsley. He throws to Devante Cole, but the ball was intercepted. And James Norwood furious about something. We'll have to try and find out what in a moment or two. So it's a free kick to Sheffield Wednesday. Ball cleared out of the goal area by Dawson, but Barnsley quickly intercepts. It's Liam Kitching passing down the wing to Nicky Cadden. Cadden passes back to Kitching, and Kitching now trying to cross the ball forward to Norwood. Norwood, he's made quite the impression since he came on before the second half. It's Cadden with the ball passing to I think that's Anderson. Anderson back to Norwood. Norwood doing well to hold on despite the attempts by Wednesday, and it was almost sent forward towards Cole, I should say, but well tackled by Liam Palmer. 66 minutes in now. It's still Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with Nicholas Jones and Russ Vernon, and it's a corner to Barnsley. So everyone looking to get in a position. James Norwood very close to and I should apologise. It's another throw in to Barnsley. and it will be Thomas to take the throw for Barnsley. He has to aim this one right, but it's not to be. It's headed out by Sheffield Wednesday, but the ball the ball almost went towards Herbie Kane, but it'll only result in a throw-in. The referee Tim Robinson. He is not making it easy on everybody this afternoon as we await the Barnsley throw-in. Luca Connell having a chat with Michael Duff. Just going to he's probably going to take a quick drink. He does that too. So too is Anderson. So too are Anderson and Kitching. And Devante Cole coming in for a drink as well, as too is Michael Norwood and Harry Eisted. I think Duff just wants to have a quick word with them, trying to play themselves forward. I think he's just trying to encourage them to show a bit more aggression like they've done just now, and the same is going for Sheffield Wednesday. Barnsley were in front for much of the first half. Do you think they're still in front in terms of possession, Russ?
Yeah, I do, Nicholas. Yes, I think Barnsley just shedding the possession and shedding the chances in the last few minutes, but Sheffield Wednesday holding firm still, and they need to try and get a bit more on the foot on the ball and defend a bit better, because Barnsley seem to be bullying the defenders a bit here as well, as they just take on the another drinks break, so they eat here in the game of Wembley. But fantastic game to watch this, Nicholas. I still can't call who's going to go up and whether it's going to be winning 90 minutes or have to have extra time and maybe penalties.
Yes, and I think I just saw Dominic Iorfa eating one of those high energy sports bars. It certainly wasn't chocolate, but if any of you know what it is, but if any of you know what it was that he was eating, then let me know in the comments, please. As Kitching throws the ball towards James Norwood. Norwood back to Kitching, but it's retaken by Sheffield Wednesday. Now it's a header by Thomas, but it goes as far as Barry Bannon. So intercept it. So well-timed interception by Sheffield Wednesday. Bannon trying to cross forward to Josh Windass, I think, it was Gregory, but well stopped by Harry Eisted. I think Sheffield Wednesday should have played the ball forward a bit more.
I agree, Nicholas. I think he's a bit too slow coming out, and if he comes out a bit quicker next time, could prevent that from happening a bit quicker than he has been doing all afternoon so far. So, but he needs to come out a bit quicker. He needs to come out here. He's all coming out here now, and he needs to come out a bit quicker, which would have made the header be more simple than what he had to be, because he almost put under a bit of the pressure as Barnsley about to make a couple of changes here. Yes,
indeed they are, and I think one of those substitutes is Josh Benson. We'll have to confirm that a bit later on, as it's Bannon with the ball for Wednesday. What can he do? He has to pass to somebody soon. Should have done so sooner, in my view. But it goes up to Callum Patterson. Patterson tries to hold on, but it goes over the line, deflected away by a Barnsley player. And I don't think it was a Patterson at all. I think it looked to me as though it was either Johnson or Palmer. Anyway, it's a corner to Sheffield Wednesday. Wednesday have to make this corner count. Lee Gregory looks like it'll be Lee Gregory to take the corner, or will it? No, it won't. Anyway, the corner goes in. Anyway, the ball goes in from the corner, but it's headed over the bar by Michael Ehekwe. And to me, Russ, that corner did not look convincing.
No, it didn't look convincing at all. Here, Nicholas, as Barnsley about to make a couple of changes. One, which sees Herbie Kane coming off, is the first one, and the other sees Devante Cole coming off. I'll let you tell the listeners Who's coming on for both of those?
Okay, so Kane is substituted by Josh Benson, and coming on in place for Devante Cole is Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas now making his way onto the pitch, as to is Josh Benson. We now wait the next act of the drama, shall we say, as an incident between James Norwood and Michael Ekwey. I think Ekwey pulled on Norwood's shirt, but play still goes on. It's James passing the ball around. The ball now goes to Iorfa. Iorfa now towards Michael Ekwey. Ekwey passing up the field, I should say, to Josh Windass. Now it goes to Reece James, but well-timed interception by Bobby Thomas. Now it goes back to Josh Windass. Windass crossing to Palmer, but intercepted by Benson for Barnsley, and Benson tries to hold on to the ball, but dispossessed by Barry Bannon. Or was it Luke Thomas? No, it was Luke Thomas. Yes, it was. Yes, I can confirm that it was Luke Thomas. And Luke Thomas, the substitute, he almost had the chance to make a good impression, but that was a well-timed dispossession by Bannon. Throw into Barnsley, and Sheffield Wednesday take advantage of this. And so it's Reece James with the ball for Wednesday. He passes to, I think that was Palmer. Now back to Reece James. And it's James crossing the ball forward to Josh Windass. Windass back to James, and it's James into the 18-yard box, but headed out by Mads Anderson. So it'll be a throw-in to Sheffield Wednesday. Wednesday take the throw, and it's towards James. James tries to cross it again, but down goes Barnsley player. I think Lee Gregory was involved in that, and it's the substitute Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas fouled, and the challenge was I think by Gregory. How do you see this one?
Definite foul there, definite free kick, and I think the referee has finally got something right this afternoon, Nicholas.
Yes, it looks like he has. Harry Eisted to take the free kick for Barnsley. He kicks the ball forward, and it's across to James Norwood. Norwood loses the ball briefly to Wednesday, but Barnsley take it back. It's now Nicky Cadden. Cadden passes to Connell. Connell now to Josh Benson, and Benson passing up the wing to Jordan Williams. Williams passes back to Benson, and he almost loses it to Wednesday. Picked up just in time by Bobby Thomas. Now it's with Anderson. Anderson passing up the wing to Ben, but passes the wing back towards Benson. Now the ball is with Nicky Cadden again, but he loses it to Wednesday. Barnsley take it back through Connell. Connell to Cadden. Cadden looking to cross it, or should I say, that was somebody else. It was, and it's actually gone back to Benson, but deflected out by Wednesday. But Josh Benson did really well to hang on in there, and it will be a throw-in to Barnsley to be taken by Thomas. Norwood doing a bit of stretching inside the 18-yard box as Bobby Thomas gets ready to take the throw. He throws the ball into the 18-yard box, bounces off Kitching, but dealt with by Wednesday. Luke Thomas tries to get the ball, but and it was almost picked up by Palmer. And now it's Cadden with the ball for Barnsley. Cadden did well to try to hold on, but it was just deflected out by Wednesday. Barnsley have another throw, which they take. Luke Thomas to Connell. Connell now passes to Williams, back to Connell. And now it's with Nicky Cadden. Back to Connell again. Connell passes again to Williams. Now, once again, it is Connell, and Connell crossing forward to Luke Thomas, but Thomas bundled down by Reece James, but Barnsley do really well to hold on to the ball. Now the ball is back with James Norwood. Norwood tries to go around the defenders. He does so, and he almost but the ball was taken by Wednesday through. But the ball was taken by Wednesday through Bannon because he nicked it off Cadden. Now it's with Reece James for the Owls, and with under 13 minutes to go, somebody has got to score soon. And Bannon passing up the wing to Michael Ehekwe. Now it's with Josh Windass, but kept out by Barnsley. Straight towards Norwood. Ehekwe passing to James. Now it's with Bannon, and Bannon trying to cross the ball forward to Reece James. It is Reece James, caught by Williams though. Williams defending the ball really well for Barnsley, but it looks. But I'm now under the impression that Reece James might have just been offside as a substitute is about to take place. Off will come Callum Patterson, and taking his place will be number 4, Will Vaulks. Will Vaulks was one of the players that contributed to Wednesday's victory in extra time and penalties. Callum Patterson makes his way off the pitch. He's had a really action-packed game. Has Patterson, but he'll be disappointed not to take part in the remainder of this game. Goal kick to Barnsley, sent out by Eisted. Eisted trying to get the ball to somebody, but it was intercepted by Orfer. Now the ball is with James Norwood. Norwood inside the 18-yard box. It's such a chance for Barnsley, but palmed away by Cameron Dawson and Russ. That could well have been the goal that won it for Barnsley.
Yes, brilliant play against James over on that far side by James Norwood. And Norwood drove into the penalty area. We're backing off. And Dawson had to make a one-handed save there. I think he probably would have gone towards our back post where Luke Thomas was coming in. And Barnsley almost opening the score. The crowd getting behind their side now. Can Barnsley find a lead here?
Corner to Barnsley, but kept out by Wednesday. And that was a well-timed clear, and that was a well-timed clearance by the Owls. But Barnsley looked like they're going to have another go at it. But now the ball goes forward to Barry Bannon, just caught by Isted. Isted out of goal, but that was Isted out of goal. But he had to make the save when he needed to. And we've now got just 10 minutes to go until full time. If no team scores within this period, it will go to extra time and possibly penalties. I offer for Sheffield Wednesday. Now it's Will Vaulks, and Vaulks crossing the ball forward to Marvin Johnson. Johnson to Lee Gregory, but intercepted by Bobby Thomas. Gregory, I think, took the ball back. It's Bannon passing to, I think that's James. Now back towards Bannon. Bannon into the 18. Bannon sends the ball into the 18-yard box, but it's over the line. It was almost caught by Josh Windass, and I should say, Russ, is perhaps a bungled attempt by Wednesday to get the goal they desperately need.
Yeah, another good chance for Sheffield Wednesday, but just couldn't find the final ball. It's the final ball that just led both teams down, or should I say, led both teams down in this game. Both have had chances, but but in the final third, they've not been able to take it.
They certainly haven't, but both Barnsley and Sheffield Wednesday fans still believe that their side is going to win. Barnsley with the ball through. Luke Thomas. Thomas tries to go around the defenders, can't quite do it. He passes to Cadden. Now it's with Kitching. Kitching passes to Connell, and it goes as far as the captain Anderson. Now it's with Bobby Thomas. Thomas passes up the wing to Cadden, I think it was, but intercepted by Wednesday. Bannon tries to play the ball up front, but I think somebody got into a collision. It was either Williams. It was either Williams or Thomas. So a free kick has been given to Sheffield Wednesday. Quickly taken straight away by Bannon. It's Bannon with the ball. He passes down the wing to Josh Windass. Windass to Liam Palmer. Back to Josh Windass. Now it's with a Hekwe passing up the wing to Reece James. Now it's back with Bannon. Bannon passes back to Michael Hekwe. Now it's with Dawson. Dawson to Johnson. Now Palmer back to Johnson, or should that be Vaux? It's Vaux, and Vaux crossing the ball forward to Johnson. Johnson passes down the wing to Barry Bannon. Now look, Bannon looks for someone to cross it to. That was Liam Palmer, but I think Palmer headed the ball the wrong way. It goes out again, but headed away by Barnsley. Wednesday still looking for a chance. It's Vaux passing up the wing to a Hekwe. Back towards Bannon. Bannon now passing to Reece James, but cut out by Josh Benson. And you have to say, Russ, that's what the past couple of minutes, Sheffield Wednesday are still looking for the chance to get in front.
Yeah, but also, Nicholas, I'll break off for a moment. Just Wednesday's almost in here.
Almost cut, but Wednesday had a chance, but it was kept out by Bobby Thomas.
Yeah, but what we'll say, Nicholas, just on that point quickly, Wednesday's still trying, but for me, don't know about you, but I think Barnsley have looked the better side since going down to 10 men, in all fairness. Barnsley have had more of the ball, created more of the chances, and I think Barnsley are down to 10 men. And Nicholas, just to let people know, I've just received the attendance inside the Wembley Stadium this afternoon. 74,292 are inside Wembley this afternoon. So that's 74,292, the attendance at Wembley today.
James Norwood won the League Two playoff final in 2019 with Tranmere Rovers. Will he do so? Will he do so again with Barnsley? It's a free kick to the Reds. Ball crossed in towards the 18-yard box by Eisted, but kept out really well by Sheffield Wednesday. And you're right, Barnsley have been the strongest side despite going down to 10 men. Could they perhaps pull something out of the hat and score at the last moment and score at the last minute? Who knows? Because it looks like they might well be doing that as Kitching throws to Nicky Cadden, back to Kitching, and it goes back towards Cadden through Connell, but it's over the line for a throw. But it's over the line for a throw into Barnsley. I think it will be Kitching. I think it will be Kitching to take the throw, and the Wednesday fans and the Barnsley supporters go quiet for the time being. Cadden misses the ball, and it's intercepted by Wednesday, and that was a foul by Palmer on James Norwood. Norwood, I think seeing red over this, and he's trying to make his feelings known, but nobody is listening to him. Ball passed out of goal by Cameron Dawson towards Reece James. James towards Johnson. Now back to a Hekwe. Hekwe now to Iorfa. Iorfa passes to a Windass. Now back to Iorfa. Now back towards Michael Hekwe. Now the ball is with Reece James. James passes to I think that was James passes to, I think that was Volks. Now back towards James, and James crosses the ball now to Barry Bannon, but intercepted by Benson for Barnsley. He loses it to James. James tries to look for Lee Gregory, but a well-timed tackle by Barnsley, and once again intercepted by Sheffield Wednesday. Barnsley look like they're going to find a chance. It's Nicky Cadden all alone inside the 18-yard box. He has to pass to somebody in quickly. He almost does, but it goes as far as Reece James. Williams tries to take it off, but Reece James goes down onto the ground yet again. Russ, that is an opportunity missed by Barnsley.
Yeah, there were Luke Thomas were calling for it on the edge of the penalty area, but he just wanted to open up for Nicky Cannon to pull it back to him. So doing the next best thing, take it on to the boards of the ball line, pull the ball across the face of the goal. No one could go on the end of it in the Barnsley, so there was no one gambling in that back post. Wednesday managed to clear it as he came to Jordan Williams at the back post, out for a throw-in, and it could be a long throw-in here coming up now by Bobby Thomas. Can Barnsley get in front here, I wonder?
They could do that with this free kick, and we're about 2 minutes from full time. So you better get your thinking cap on, Russ, so you can decide on who your player of the match is, as sponsored by our friends at Commentary Services, led by the wonderful Barry Swain. It's been passed to Isted in the Barnsley goal, and a player has gone down. It's Josh Benson, as Bobby Thomas comes over to have a look at him, and I think Marvin Johnson might have been involved. There might have been a slight touch of the knee.
Nicholas, I think it might be an hamstring problem, which Benson has picked up there. You saw as he was trying to close him down, he tried to pull the block in, and then looked like his hamstring had gone. So it looks as though he may have to come off, and it looks like John Russell is a man who's about to come on for Barnsley in a moment. But it looks like his hamstring may have gone here, Benson, because he's been having to be helped off here by the physio, walking very, very gingerly here towards the touchline. So I think he might have to come off. And what we'll say, Nick, if we're still being 0-0 at the moment, if we go into extra time, I will wait until half time and extra time to announce my player of the match. If not, and we get a winner just before we finish the coverage, just before full time happens, or just on the full time before the presentation comes, I'll announce my man of the match then. But I'll probably wait a bit longer before giving my player of the match.
Okay, time extension granted. As John Russell looks like he's about to make his way onto the pitch. So Benson's injury a lot more serious than first thoughts. So it appears they didn't collide with anyone. He just went down of his own accord, and so Benson gets ready to come off, and onto the pitch comes John Russell. Russell sprinting onto the pitch for Barnsley, and that'll be his 14th appearance of the season. 5 minutes has been given as added on time. So Russ, we will have played almost 100 minutes of normal time.
Yes, including the stoppage time from the first half as well. And what I will say, Nicholas, both teams have given a good account of themselves this afternoon. And what I will say is, though, as I mentioned earlier to you, Barnsley, since they've gone at them and being the better side, and they've looked the more threatening. There is a couple of players in mind for player of the match right now, but I'm going to wait a bit longer to decide unless we get to winner in this next 4 minutes or so.
I offer with the ball for Sheffield Wednesday. He passes up the wing to Michael Ehekwe. Ehekwe Passing now to I think that was James. Now it goes back. No, it goes to another player. Yes, in fact, it was James who had that ball. It's Palmer to Iorfa. Now the ball has been passed to Palmer. Back to Iorfa. Iorfa now to Ehekwe. Ehekwe passes to James. Now it's Barry Bannon. Bannon has to pass back to James because the Barnsley player was closing down on him. Now the ball is being played to Lee Gregory, but stopped just in time by Bobby Thomas. He has really been in the thick of it for Barnsley, hasn't he?
He has, Nicholas. His long throws have caused Wednesday problems in defence. Well, when Wednesday have been defending, attacks have caused a few problems here as well. So a lot of problems have been caused from him down that right hand side for Barnsley, and he's defended really, really well in the end today. Players
past and present will know what it's like to win or lose in the playoff final. Atedi Niu, I think his name was in the playoff final in 2016 with Sheffield Wednesday. Any Owl supporters, please correct me on his name pronunciation. As I mentioned before kickoff, Sheffield Wednesday lost their last playoff final in 2016 to Hull City. They were then in the Championship. Eisted clears the ball out of goal, yet nobody is there, and it goes as far as Cameron Dawson. Dawson rolls the ball out to Ehekwe, who passes to Iorfa. Around 2 minutes to go. Extra time is looking more imminent. Iorfa now passes to Palmer. Palmer passing to a Johnson. The ball is going back out to Ehekwe, so it'll be another throw in to Sheffield Wednesday. And the Barnsley supporters still showing their voice. I think they've been the loudest as instead of Sheffield Wednesday. The Owls still not giving up as well. So it's Reece James with the ball for the Owls, who and he passes to Marvin Johnson. Johnson to Bannon. Bannon passes back to Johnson. Johnson has to hold on, but he can only pass back to I think that was Josh Windass. The ball cleared out of goal by Barnsley. Now the ball is with Michael Ehekwe. Ehekwe to Iorfa. Less than a minute to go. It's Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Palmer with the ball for Wednesday. Now it's with Will Vaux. Vaux to Bannon. Bannon to Windass. Now back down the wing to Will Vaux. Vaux sets up the opportunity inside the 18-yard box. Cleared out of goal by Barnsley. It's Barry Bannon, and it's over the crossbar. That is, I think, the last chance at goal in normal time, and Bannon can't believe it.
No, Russell, it was who cleared the ball away. Poorly from the Barnsley perspective. It came to the Wednesday captain, Barry Bannon, and Barry Bannon couldn't keep his shot down. I don't think he's got his shooting boots on yet today. And I don't think anyone's got their shooting boots on yet today. Hopefully they need to go and find them. Otherwise, we could have penalties at the extra time.
They'll need to make a quick pit stop as extra time is imminent. The ball cleared out of goal by Harry. Eisted, and the referee blows the whistle. And extra time will be played. After 90 minutes, it's Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, and Sheffield Wednesday 0 and Russ. Neither side were willing to concede. They need to come up with more aggression and more forward play. What did you make of the whole 90 minutes?
I thought it was a good game, Nicholas. Yes. Neither side really. Barnsley created probably a little bit more chance than with better sides after going down to 10 men. Sheffield Wednesday did have a few of the chances of their own. But as I just mentioned, neither side had the shooting boots on. And that needs to change before it goes into extra time, because otherwise we could be here for penalties, Nicholas, in around about half an hour's time. And who knows if it goes to penalties? It's a lottery when it comes to that. Who knows who's going to win? I'm not sure who's going to win. I don't even want to put any money on who's going to win because I'm not even sure who's going to win since it's going to extra time. But we'll have to wait and see what happens there.
I can't put any money on this. I can't put any money on this either. Just as well, I'm not a gambling man.
I have a bit every now and again, but not all the time, Nicholas. Just when I go and watch Leeds United, but that's the only time really when I do put a bet on when I go to watch Leeds inside the ground. But that's the only real time I really do, mate. But I won't want to do a bet for this game now. It's going into extra time. I don't even know who the bookmakers are fancying for this game now. It's going into extra time. If I just have a quick look, and I can tell you, in fact, I won't tell you which bookmakers, but these odds are subject to change as well. But right now, I can tell you, I've got two bookmakers odds here. First one, Barnsley are currently 9-4. The draw is at 12-5 with Sheffield Wednesday 5-4. And then the other one is 23-10 for Barnsley, 21-10 for the draw, and 5-4 for Sheffield Wednesday. It looks as though Wednesday made probably just the favourites for the game so far. And those are the odds that I have got here for you. And we'll try and keep you up to date with the latest odds if we can during extra time when we're able to do so in this match. But please gamble responsibly if you are having a bet on the game. Please gamble responsibly and do ask the bill payer's permission if you're under the age of 18.
Yes, indeed. So we're just about getting ready, and so we're just about getting ready for extra time. Sheffield Wednesday, I've got to mention quickly, did not make any real substitutions. They're gonna have to do so in extra time, but they're gonna have to do so in extra time. This could play to their advantage.
Yes, it could play to their advantage, Nicholas, but who knows what's going to happen, my friend.
Yes, indeed, and Tim Robinson now making his way back onto the pitch just before we get ready for extra time. Michael Duff, geeing up the Barnsley fans, and it looks as though it will be Sheffield Wednesday that will kick us off. We're just going to go through the cost. We're just going to go through the toying cost right about now, and both captains now looking to both captains now have gone through the proceedings, and I have a feeling it will be Sheffield Wednesday that will kick off that will kick off proceedings. So 30 extra minutes to determine who will go through to the championship. And away we go for the first period of extra time at Wembley Stadium. And it's Marvin Johnson with the ball. He passes to Barry Bannon. And Bannon trying to cross the ball forward to Josh Windass, but kept out by Barnsley. Now it's back with Bannon. Bannon to Reece James. James passes to Johnson, but cut out by Luke Thomas, and So we'll just have to wait and see. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens next. All I can say, Russ, is that I think that'll be anyway. Corner to Sheffield Wednesday to be taken by Barry Bannon. Bannon raises his arm to signal that he's ready. The ball goes into the 18-yard box, deflected away though by Barnsley. Now it's back with Wednesday and Reece James. James crosses down the wing to Barry Bannon, but as it goes through Luke Thomas, and it will be another Once again, it'll be a throw, and it'll be another throw in to Sheffield, and it'll be another throw into Sheffield Wednesday. I think I have to say, Russ, that Wednesday are starting to catch up possession-wise.
They are, Nicholas, yes, and they're try and cause Barnsley a few problems now.
Yes, they certainly are. The ball is now with Barry Bannon. Bannon passing to Will Vaulks. Vaulks crosses into the 18-yard box. Is it almost in? It was. It was almost sent in by Mike. It was almost sent in by Dominic Iorfa, the man who came oh so close in the first half. But Wednesday still playing with the ball. Wednesday still with the ball, I should say. Are they going to go for another chance? It's Reece James crossing into the 18-yard box, deflected away by Barnsley towards Bannon, and Bannon passes to Marvin Johnson, I think, but the ball just sails over the crossbar. My heart was in my mouth. Iorfa should have made this 1-0 to Wednesday.
Yes, brilliant bit of play. Will Vaulks with the ball back in after receiving it back from his throw-in, headed down, and just a fantastic reading of the header there from Anderson to clear off the line from Michael Ekwa's header. Iorfa was in there too, but he just went over Iorfa's head to Ekwa, and he couldn't make it pay there.
And Mads Anderson named in the League One team of the season because of how effective he's been as captain. 3 minutes into this first period of extra time, it still remains Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Barnsley, don't forget, are playing with 10 men after one of their players was sent after Phillips was sent off. It's Reece James for Wednesday, passes to Michael Heckley. Now back to James. James now passing to Barry Bannon. Bannon aiming for Marvin Johnson. Johnson with the ball just outside the 18-yard box, but cut out by Jordan Williams. Regains the ball though after just about losing it. The ball sails through Thomas's legs to Bannon. Bannon passing back to Johnson. Johnson back to Bannon. Bannon! This time the ball goes into the 18-yard box. Saved by Harry Eisted. Sheffield Wednesday are getting closer and closer to goal. They proved they were. During the second half. Could extra time be the period where it all changes for them?
It could be. Nicholas Wednesday starting the second half. Well, starting this extra time period, first half of extra time period, really, really well, and causing a few problems for Barnsley in this first half. Be interesting to see how the remainder of this game goes. But Barnsley have on the back foot for since the start of extra time. Wednesday may have just gone over a lift here to help them get another bit of wind and a lift to get them through, and hopefully, from a Wednesday point of view and a Wednesday fans' point of view, over the line.
And I take back what I said earlier about Sheffield Wednesday making real substitute. I remember they only made one, and that was for Will Vaulks. Bannon goes down, fouled by Bobby Thomas, and not a word said between the two of them. Bobby Thomas gets a yellow card. I would have to agree with that one.
I do as well, Nicholas. Definitely a yellow card there. And he can have no complaints.
No complaints indeed. Free kick to Sheffield Wednesday. Bannon once again to take the free kicks. He's been doing all the grafting for Sheffield Wednesday from what I can ascertain. And it's actually going to be Josh Windass that will take the free kick. Windass runs up to the ball. He kicks into the 18-yard box, deflected out. That was a well-timed boot, by James Norwood, and that will be a corner to Sheffield Wednesday. What can they produce? What can they produce with this corner? as everyone gets into position. Vaux to take the corner, but it's headed out by Barnsley, and Bannon with a blazing effort, and it just hits the crossbar. Had it been a few inches lower, Wednesday would have been in front.
Yes, another good effort there from Sheffield Wednesday point of view, and Barry Bannon just going for goal there, just clipping the crossbar as he went over, just the top of the crossbar, and then onto the roof of the net. Just unlucky there from Barry Bannon as he went close there for the Owls.
He's having a really hard time out there. Is Barry Bannon? Barnsley take the ball back through John Russell. Russell to Kitching. Now James Norwood passing up the wing to Nicky Cadden. Cadden, I think tried to send the ball forward. A player went down. I think it might have been Will Vaux. We'll just take a look at that again, and Russ can confirm who it is that went down.
Yeah, it was Will Vaux who went down there, Nicholas. And we looked back up. He's back on his feet and running around again now. He seems to be okay.
That's good news for Sheffield Wednesday fans, as Iorfa has the ball for Wednesday. Passes to Josh Windass. Now back to Iorfa. Iorfa now finds Michael Ehekwe. Ehekwe with the ball for Wednesday. Now back to Iorfa. And Iorfa cross it. Iorfa trying to cross to Michael Smith, but headed away by Thomas. The ball is still in the 18-yard box. Is this a chance for Wednesday? Kept out again by Eisted. Couldn't take advantage of the rebound, and that was a well intercepted effort by Barnsley. Wednesday aren't done yet. It's Will Vaux with the ball for Wednesday. Passes to Barry Bannon. Bannon now with the ball. Passes down the wing to Reece James. Now it's with Marvin Johnson. Johnson passes to Ehekwe. Now it's back with Bannon. Bannon to Johnson, but he passes, but the ball is nicked away by Jordan Williams, and but given away to Sheffield Wednesday. It's Iorfa to Johnson. Now it's back with Will Vaux, I should say, to Bannon. Now Reece James passing to Marvin Johnson. Is this the chance for Wednesday? Kept out by Eisted. Wednesday giving this one up though. That was a good effort by Iorfa. Iorfa with the header again, but caught by Russell. And Russell almost had the ball, but it was advantage Wednesday. I think that was a foul on Russell. And Wednesday, despite all their efforts, they just can't seem to get the ball in.
No, Smith with the effort. Windass put the ball across to Greg, who's poked it towards goal. Then Smith poked it towards goal. So a fantastic save from Isted. Come back out towards Lee Gregory, who couldn't take the chance either. And then another chance a few moments ago, which was blocked. And Wednesday, that was the closest they've come in this extra time period, other than hitting the crossbar with a save to make, and that fantastic block by Williams on Gregory's second attempt. But Ested saving Barnsley there.
And Harry Eisted has had 9 clean sheets for Barnsley this season. Can he make it 10? He stands firmly, but he stands behind the ball, kicks it out to the goal towards Luke Thomas, but pushed away. But he was pushed away by a couple of the Sheffield Wednesday players, and the Barnsley fan and one or two of the Barnsley fans now just can't seem to want to watch. The tension is unbearable. 11 minutes into extra time, it's Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with Nicholas Jones and Russ Vernon as Sheffield Wednesday now have a chance with Marvin Johnson towards Barry Bannon. who just sends it past the post. He just can't seem to catch a break. Sheffield Wednesday just can't seem to send the ball in.
Yes, and that's another fantastic save from Harry Easted. A fantastic effort from Barry Bennett from the edge of the penalty area. And I thought the net was going to ripple there, Nicholas. But Harry Easted saw it late, dove down to his right-hand side and pushed him behind the post. Fantastic save there.
Corner by Will Volks, but kept out by Barnsley. Bannon tries to retake the ball, but it's only gone as far as Nicky Cannon for Barnsley. Barnsley still have control of the ball with Liam Kitching. This is a good run. It's Luke Thomas with the ball for Barnsley, who passes to that might have been Luke O'Connell, but it just goes past the post, and that was a really good run by Barnsley.
Yeah, brilliant bit of play. Brilliant play by Liam Kitchen. Managed to hold off the challenge. And then he played it into Luke Thomas, who couldn't get his strike on goal. So he fed it into Luke O'Connell. And all that to hit it back across goal. But instead, Nicholas, yes, it is a close goal. He slices at it and it goes wide. That's the big chance for Barnsley. And that could be the only chance that they could get in extra time. But oh my word, that was a superb counter-attack. And Barnsley should be 1-0 up.
Yes, they should well be. I don't know. Yes, they should well be. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep talking as Reece James makes way for Jack Hunt, the man who scored the winning penalty in the playoff second leg match against Peterborough. Will he perform such heroics again this time? As the ball is sent out of goal towards Barnsley, the ball is with Luke Thomas. Thomas trying to pass to a Norwood, but intercepted by Sheffield Wednesday. Passes to Dawson. Dawson now to a Liam Palmer. Back to Dawson. Dawson looking for someone else to clear it forward to, but it goes as far as Nicky Cadden, and the ball goes over the line. So with almost 2 minutes to go, until the end of the first extra time period, there is still everything to play for as Sheffield Wednesday get ready to take the throw in. And that will be by Johnson. So Johnson with the ball for Wednesday. The ball now being passed to Liam Palmer. Palmer to Iorfa. Iorfa passes up the wing to Jack Hunt, I think it is. Ball headed up into the air, and it goes up. And it goes over the bar, and just touches the net. And Harry Eisted momentarily swinging from the crossbar, but after all we've seen from Sheffield Wednesday throughout the first period of extra time, that did not look convincing.
No, it didn't look convincing at all there, Nicholas. And I'm wondering, Nicholas, whether Barnsley are missing Tedic, who went off injured in that first half. I wonder if they're missing well at half time. I wonder if they're missing him in this extra time period, because that's what he's looking like to me, that they're missing the vocal point up front. And since Colesgrove, they've not got that either. So then they're missing those two players someone who can hold the ball up and someone can run off him, because they've only got Norwood up there who can hold up the play, but they've got no one able to run past him.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Norwood appears to have been all out on his own with no real support. No Devante Cole on the field either. I think Barnsley are missing those two players very much indeed. As the ball is dribbled out by Barnsley. A good attempt to save this. A forward play by Sheffield Wednesday, and that's the whistle for the end of the first period of extra time. And both sides Both sides have had good chances themselves with the ball, but I have to say that Sheffield Wednesday are starting to turn the tide against them.
They are, Nicholas, yes. The Sheffield Wednesday started to go on the front foot, create a bit more chances, and who knows what's going to happen in the second half, Nicholas. Will we, of extra time this is, will we see extra, in the second half of extra time, will we see more goals? Will we see any more goals? I mean, will we see any goals, or will this game come to an end? And what I'm going to do, Nicholas, right about now, because I did say at half time in extra time I would announce the player of the match, and I'm going to give it to a Barnsley player who has been impressive today for me. There's been a couple Barnsley players who's been impressive for me today, and one of them I'm going to give it to is the Barnsley number 7, Nicky Cadden. I feel that he's had a really good game today, caused a few problems for Sheffield Wednesday, and he's hit the crossbar and gone close on a few occasions. I think he's been one of Barnsley's danger men today. So Nicky Cadden is our player of the match, sponsored by the brilliant commentary services, which is owned by the excellent Barry Swain.
Congratulations to him. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to our extended coverage of the League One playoff final between Barnsley and Sheffield Wednesday. We just had the first period, just had half time in the first period of extra time. We're underway for the second period as Barnsley had a chance, but it was intercepted by Sheffield Wednesday. Cameron Dawson now has the ball to clear it out of goal.
Nicholas, just to let people know, during the half-time break of extra time, Barnsley have made another substitution with Max Waters coming on in place of our player of the match, Nicky Cadden.
Thanks for that update, Russ. Should penalties come into it, Nicky Cadden could well be one of the takers. Bannon passing to, I think that might have been so I couldn't see who it was. Now the ball is with Jack Hunt. Hunt to Gregory, and is the ball in? It is! Will Vaults with the goal for Sheffield Wednesday, does a few somersaults, but is it offside? It is! Offside! The goal has been disallowed! They're still celebrating, but now the news is just beginning to sink in. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, the drama doesn't stop at Wembley.
No, it doesn't, Nicholas. No, it doesn't. I'm just having to watch this again. The ball is played over the top. Hunt looks onside to me there. Just need to check this out. VAR are checking this goal, by the way. Check if the offside is there. For me, Hunt is just onside. We'll have a look at this again. But fantastic play from Sheffield Wednesday. Hunt pulls the ball back and Volks with a superb hit. And then, as you said, Nicholas, there's a few somersaults. Ran across to celebrate with his teammates in the far corner and the dugout. And then Sheffield Wednesday see the flag go for offside and the goal chalked off. Wait to see if VAR will give the goal. which they
They
haven't.
don't.
And he's back
They
over to
don't,
Nicholas.
and play still goes on. Watters with the ball. Watters with the ball. Watters with the ball now for Watters with the ball for Barnsley, but a well-timed interception for Sheffield Wednesday. It's Liam Palmer now. It's Liam Palmer now with the ball for the Owls towards Will Vaulks and Wednesday now playing the ball up front. The ball is being crossed, but just caught at the last moment by Harry Eisted. Michael Smith was the closest player to the ball, and Harry Eisted can thank his lucky stars that he was able to save the ball when he did.
Absolutely, Nicholas. They've just been let off with a warning sign, Barnsley. Having seen Sheffield Wednesday have a goal disallowed, but it doesn't seem to have worked for them.
It's not over yet. As Wednesday continues to play the ball forward, it goes to Will Vaulks, but kept out by Thomas. I think he barged it. I think he barged the substitute Aidan Flint out of the way, and I think Aidan Flint's trying to say a few words to him, but Thomas just doesn't appear to be listening to him. And the referee now running over to check on something. I think he's talking to the assistant referee. I think he's talking to the assistant referee, Akil House, and something must have happened to him. We don't know what it is. Oh, and I can see what it is. His transmitter has fought. I think he's lost his transmitter, and it's just being reinstated. Russ, how on earth did that happen?
I don't know, Nicholas, but sometimes the referee and his assistants can't hear each other, and that's probably been signalled across to Tim Robinson, who's going across to help him there as well. So we'll have to, but hopefully now that's back up and running again now, because he was actually, I think he was just saying to him there, tried to tell him he was offside, but he couldn't hear him. And that's why they didn't know what was happening when the Wednesday player Vaulks had his goal disallowed.
Thrown by Sheffield Wednesday. Is this another chance? Kept out by Barnsley, and this is the chance by Bannon, but caught again by Harry Eisted. Bannon just can't seem to catch a break, and I think he's hurt himself because of it. What does he have to do to get the ball into the net?
Well, Nicholas, he needs to be the goalkeeper for one. And needs to keep his shots either side of the goalkeeper, and he probably would have scored. But that one was straight to the goalkeeper there from Barry Bannon. As we just see this again, Sheffield Wednesday playing for handball in there. Not sure where the handball could potentially be. Then he come out to Bannon, whose superb volley was saved. But Wednesday was peeling for an handball in there, but I couldn't see who from. But it looked as though Barry Bannon had cramp there when he went down.
I didn't see any handball as John Russell has the ball for Barnsley, but he gives it away. But he gives it away to Sheffield Wednesday. That was Jack Hunt. Hunt with the ball, but another player has been fouled by Liam Kitching. It's Liam Kitching who fouled him. The man who scored in the second half. In the second leg against Bolton could have almost turned villain. Free kick to Wednesday, which they take. Bannon passes to Hunt. Now back to Bannon. Bannon passing up the wing to Will Vaulks. Across into the 18-yard box by Vaulks. Kept out by Barnsley. Back towards Will Vaulks. And 21 and a half minutes of extra time have been played. It's still Barnsley 0. Sheffield Wednesday 0. And it's Johnson now with the ball for Wednesday. Has to go around Williams. He crosses into the 18-yard box, almost towards Michael Smith. Headed away by Anderson. Barnsley are throwing every man at this Wednesday attack, and it's paid off now. Hunt tries to pass to Iorfa, but blocked by Barnsley. It's Norwood with the ball, but he was pushed out by Palmer. Norwood trying to get his point of view across, and I think Palmer I think Palmer's also trying to give his side of the story. What do you make of this, Russ?
Yeah, I think it's a definite foul there. But he's saying he never touched. Palmer's saying he never touched him, and we definitely did push him in the back. They think it was probably more of a shoulder. We did push him in the back there.
Hold
And
it, Ross
then,
Bannon. Hold it, Ross Bannon. Back on the ground. I think he's in worse pain. I think he's in worse pain than we realised. He's had hundreds of touches throughout this game. Do you think he may have to be substituted?
I think he might do, Nicholas, yes, but going back to the incident which we've just spoke about, I think Palmer was saying he was a shoulder barge off the field, not a push, but for me it was a clear push. Then it was a definite free kick to Barnsley. I hope Bannon's okay because he has played well in this game for Sheffield Wednesday today and he's been a phenomenal player for them this season. And he's never seen anyone go off injured. So interesting to see how it goes if he continues or whether he has to come off now.
Free kick to Barnsley with 6.5 minutes to go. Barry Bannon is able to stand up at the very least, but will he have to be substituted? And if he does, that will be a real blow to Sheffield Wednesday for their skipper to go. Barnsley to take the free kick. The ball goes into the 18-yard box, but kept out by Will Vaulks. And Vaulks now trying to play the ball forward to Marvin Johnson. But Barnsley have retaken the ball back through Kitching towards Max Waters. But Wednesday keep it out again, and it's with Luke Thomas. Thomas into the 18-yard box towards Liam Kitching, but the ball only goes as far as Cameron Dawson. Are Barnsley now starting to turn the screw on Sheffield Wednesday?
Excuse me, it appears that way, Nicholas, as Barry Bannon goes down again with another injury, and it looks like he's having to come off this time because he's told the captain's armband off as the Sheffield Wednesday skipper. He's passed the armband on to Liam Palmer, and he's breaking down into tears here. They cannot continue here, Barry Bannon, and Barry Bannon is being forced off injured here. I think Sheffield Wednesday have made all their changes, so if that's the case, Sheffield Wednesday will be down to 10 players, but in fact, Wednesday are about to fetch a sub on, and it will be Barry Bannon, the player going off, Nicholas.
Yes, indeed it is, and those tears are genuine. He is not dramatising anything. He's being very professional about it. And onto the pitch comes Fisayo Deli Bashiru. What will he have? What can he do within the next 4.5 minutes?
Well, he'll be looking to go to the play, get hold of the ball, make things happen for Sheffield Wednesday, because that's what he's good at. Deli Bashiru, he's good at picking up the ball in tight spaces, making things happen, and he'll be looking to do that today for Sheffield Wednesday and send the house fans home deliriously and joyfully, and Barnsley fans home crying into their pillows and enjoying League One football next season. One of these sides will, but will it be after 120 minutes and after extra time, or will we have to go all the way to penalties?
4 minutes left. 4 minutes left to the side. 4 minutes left to decide how it will go. Barnsley and Sheffield Wednesday still 0-0. As Wednesday now have the ball. As Wednesday now have the ball with Deli Bashiru. Deli Bashiru trying to get Deli Bashiru passing the ball to I think that was Palmer. Now it goes towards Jack Hunt. Hunt to Lee Gregory, but it's just over the bar. And the ball's still in play, still inside the 18-yard box. It goes over the bar again. I thought just at that moment in time that Sheffield Wednesday would have it, but no, the luck is still not with them.
Yeah, wonderful balling from Hunt to find Gregory. Couldn't keep his effort down. He came back across after a fantastic block and an header out, ball back in, and then he just went over the bar from Smith in the end. But Sheffield Wednesday almost knocking on the door there. But Anderson and the Barnsley rearguard in the defence are all standing firm against the Owls. Will the Tigers prevail, or will the Owls come whistling in to get over the line?
We'll have to see. It looks as though it will have to see. It looks as though it will. It looks as though it will go to penalties. But games have been decided in the past, right at the last moment. And the Barnsley supporters looking very fearful as Michael Duff takes a quick drink of water. For some, the tension is just too much to bear. As people have their heads in their hat, as some of the fans have their heads in their hands, or in some cases their arms. As Dawson sends the ball out of goal, it goes down as far as Jordan Williams for Barnsley. Now it's Luca Connell. Connell with the ball for Wednesday. Barnsley should have passed a bit sooner. He dawdled a second too long. Now it's John Russell, but he concedes to Sheffield Wednesday, and now the ball is with Jack Hunt. Jack Hunt sprinting up the pitch or should that be Michael Smith? Michael Smith towards Marvin Johnson. Johnson didn't get the ball at the first attempt. Is it going to go in this time through Iorfa? Wide at the post again. I think it was deflected by Liam Kitching. So with just 1 minute to go, that has got to be the last major chance of the game in extra time.
Yes, you'd have to think it is, Nicholas. You'd have to think so, mate. And I think both teams will now be settling for penalties at this rate. And it's going to be interesting to see out of the players on the field of play who takes them. As James Norwood has gone down for Barnsley here and he's struggling. And I don't think Barnsley have used up all their substitutions. So Barnsley will be, looks like Robbie Kunde is coming on for substitute James Norwood, and he may well be the last change for Barnsley here now.
Those players are dropping like flies as Kunde gets ready to come onto the field of play. Goes back into his stance a bit. James Norwood, that is such a shame for him because he's been in such good form. 3 minutes have been added on, and Russ, you have to say that Norwood had a few chances at goal himself, but luck just wasn't on his side.
Yeah, his luck's not been on his side. It looks as though Barnsley have decided against that substitution for now, and Norwood will be continuing in a moment. It looks like we'll just have to wait and see. Because Robbie Kunde has gone back, sat down on the bench and put his tracksuit top back on. So it looks like Norwood will continue rather than the substitute which we advertised just a couple of minutes ago. So for that information given there, which it did come up on the screen, on our screen side that was happening, but it looks like that's not the case now.
That could be a risky move because if that is to happen, which it is, then Norwood could be unfit to play in the penalty shootouts. So with less than 2 minutes to go, it's still Barnsley 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0 at Wembley in the League One playoff final. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with Nicholas Jones and Russ Vernon. As getting ready to take the throw is Liam Kitching. Kitching throws the ball towards, I think he was aiming, I couldn't see who was aiming for. It might have been Waters, but Waters was being held firm by somebody at Sheffield Wednesday. The ball is loose. It's Michael Smith for Sheffield Wednesday. Can he send this one in? Is the ball going towards Josh Windass, but saved once again by Harry Eisted? This man has been incredible.
He has, Nicholas. He was up there for the player of the match when they gave it to Nicky Cannon earlier on, but Harry Eisted, fantastic performance from him today. It's been absolutely phenomenal in that goal. Everything that Wednesday have thrown at the Barnsley defence and the Barnsley goal, he has come up trumps today. And it'll hopefully, for the Barnsley fans' persuasion and Barnsley fans listening around the globe, it'll come up trumps with extra in the penalty kicks as well, Nicholas. Who will come out on top? I wonder. But will it be Barnsley or Sheffield Wednesday? Looks like we're going to penalties, Nicholas, as with less than 30 seconds to go of extra time.
According to my estimates, it's actually 20 seconds to go until penalties. It doesn't look like anything will be resolved within that time. It'll be just a case of headers and being pushed around. But just as I say that, Sheffield Wednesday are inside the 18-yard box. Is this the last chance for them? It is! And the goal is genuine! Sheffield Wednesday grab the match winner! It's Josh Windass! His dad won the championship playoff final with Hull City all those years ago. Now it's the turn of Windass Jr. And Barnsley fans and their players are heartbroken. It's all over for them at the last minute. Josh Windass with the game to finish it all off. We said it would go to penalties over the past 5 minutes, but we have been proven wrong, and Sheffield Wednesday will be playing championship football next season.
The will, Nicholas, and it all comes down to Windass Jr. What a fantastic bit of play from Sheffield Wednesday down the left-hand side. They won the ball back brilliantly, and Delabishu knocked it on well. Fantastic hold-up play by Gregory. Gregory pulled the ball in, and there was Windass to send a diving header past Ellie Isted, who was up there for player of the match. Well, fantastic bit of play from Lee Gregory, turns away from his man, runs to the bar line, puts the ball across. Windass is there. Isted gets an hand to it, can't keep the ball out. And Sheffield Wednesday heading to the championship. And Barnsley fans and team are heartbroken. I've seen some of them crying down there on the field of play, some of the Barnsley fans, and dropping to their knees as soon as that went in. It's all over for their promotion chases. And Sheffield Wednesday's hopes of the last few seasons of getting into the championship have now come true. They looks like they're going to be winning the playoff final in League One and playing championship football at Hillsborough next season.
They were relegated from the championship in 2021 and the final whistle has gone. It's all over. Sheffield Wednesday are promoted from League One to the championship. And also as that goal went in, there was a really touching moment in the stands. Barry Bannon and Dean Windass sharing a hug between each other. And now the party can start. Josh Windass, the hero of the hour. And it has been a truly tremendous season for Sheffield Wednesday under Darren Moore. They've got what they wanted, which is to be promoted to the championship. And even though Barry Bannon couldn't be there to be part of it after he went off due to his injury, but I am sure he will be taking part in the post-match celebrations. I am sure. Commiserations to Barnsley. They put their heart and soul into it. But for Michael Duff and his team, it just wasn't to be.
You're absolutely correct, Nicholas. It wasn't to be. Cameron Dawson has kept Sheffield Wednesday in this game with some fantastic saves, some blocks that the defence put in. But Barnsley threw everything at Sheffield Wednesday. They couldn't find it through. Sheffield Wednesday put everything at Barnsley. And just as we thought it was going to go to penalties, Josh Windass emulates his dad from 2008 and sends Sheffield Wednesday to the championship. And they'll be playing at Ellen Road, the New York Stadium, the MKM Stadium, the John Smith Stadium as well next season, Sheffield Wednesday. But Barnsley will be condemned to League One football again next season.
Have to correct you on this one, Russ, because Huddersfield are actually relegated to League One along with Reading and Wigan Athletic. So Barnsley will be playing. Barnsley will be playing one of their games at the John Smith Stadium and the Madejski as the celebrations continue. One player showing the whole scene on video on his phone. He makes his way over to the fans, and there isn't a massive pitch invasion, just like there was at Hillsborough. Hang on, it's actually one of those sort of steady television cameras, which you often see as the players just geeing up the fans and getting them involved in the dance. It was Dominic Iorfa waving his scarf around, but they've also been other really great players besides Windass. Barry Bannon Russ. He has been a truly amazing captain for Sheffield Wednesday.
He has, Nicholas, and it was so unfortunate that he had to go off injured late on with that cramp that he picked up. But he has been a phenomenal player this season, Barry Bannon and Sheffield Wednesday. I think getting to 96 points now, not going up automatically. I think, Nicholas, I would have to say, I know, and it's going to be hard for me to say this, after getting to 96 points and not going up automatically, I think Sheffield Wednesday did deserve promotion at the end of this season, Nicholas. And Darren Moore's done a fantastic job to get them over the line after missing out last season. And it was all break last season for Sheffield Wednesday, but this season they have done it.
They will be playing against Sunderland, who they lost to in the playoff semi-final last season. But Darren Moore, he endured disappointment. He endured disappointments at West Bromwich Albion. He's turned things around at Sheffield Wednesday. And Wednesday, now that they're in the Championship, what do you think they should do? What do you think they should do to strengthen? What do you think they should do to ensure that they say we're a side that deserves to be in the Championship?
Well, I think when I look across the board of some of the players, Nicholas, they've got some players who's played in the Championship before with them or with previous clubs, like Michael Ekwer and Mark Smith played there with Rotherham United. Barry Bannon's played there before as well. So I think they just need to work on get the players gelling, sign some quality players who can help them improve from where they went wrong last time they was in the Championship and help him survive, Nicholas. And I think Darren Moore is a capable manager who will do that come the end of the season. And I think it pains me to say this, but I think Wednesday could have a good season next season. I think they could. I don't think they'll go back down next season just because of the togetherness that they've got in this squad, which saw them fight back from the League One semi-finals and then get to the final, and they've shown the same resilience again this time around, Nicholas, to get to the Championship. But I think I was hoping Barnsley would get them, Nicholas, to make it more interesting Yorkshire derbies next season. We always had a feeling in the back of my mind that it would be Sheffield Wednesday after the way they got past Plymouth in the last round in the semi-final, not Plymouth, Peterborough in the semi-finals, to get there and having been pipped in the last couple of weeks of the normal season to promotion. But commiserations to Barnsley. They will go again next season, hoping that they will return to Championship football in a year's time.
A really touching moment on the pitch. Josh Windass meeting his father, Dean, sharing a hug between the two of them. Dean Windass, as we mentioned, promoted Hull City to the promoted Hull City in 2008. Now it's the turn of Josh Windass. They'll be swapping stories about this between the two of them for many years to come. And now onto the steps towards the Royal Box to receive the medals and the trophy. A Sheffield Wednesday, Barry Bannon leading his side up. They're being greeted and hugged and slapped on the back by the fans as Bannon shakes the hands of every person that he can, and one question remains on my lips right now. With the way that the players have performed for Sheffield Wednesday this season, is Darren Moore at risk of losing them to other clubs?
It depends on which clubs come in for them, Nicholas, and who offers the players of Sheffield Wednesday better money for next season and more game time. Because you never, when you go up, you could end up losing some players because they want more game time than what they've been given the previous season. And if you're not going to be able to offer them that, then they will lose out on some of the players, but you'll just have to be probably on game time and numbers, which has been given at the end of the season. So we'll have to wait and see there. And I think what's happening here, Barry Bannon is just waiting for the captain's armband off the man he gave it to when he went off injured, and waiting to get that before he takes the Wednesday players up on the podium to go and get their medals and lift up that trophy.
Yep, Liam Palmer it was who took the captain's the captain's armband. I believe he's just giving it to him now. Darren Moore being directed to the correct position by one of the match dignitaries as they await the signal to clamber up into the Royal Box to receive the medal and the trophy, which they do. Everyone going up in order. Darren Moore shaking the hands of supporters, old and young. They now reach the Royal Box, and the medals are being handed out. Darren Moore and Will Vaulks receiving the medal. So too is Lee Gregory, and the last of the players now climbing up onto the box, and also the Sheffield Wednesday owner, Dejpon Chansiri. He's been with the club for such a long time, through all the highs and lows. This is definitely the high for them, and a hug between the owner and manager is very much real. And the Sheffield Wednesday players now showing off their medals to the supporters. And any second now, Barry Bannon will receive. And any second now, the captain Bannon will receive his medal and the trophy for the trophy for the lift. The players jumping up and down. Aidan Flint, I believe, leading them in a dance. And Barry Bannon now has the medal. He has one hand on the trophy. Is the trophy going to go up? The trophy is lifted. Sheffield Wednesday are promoted, are your League One playoff final champions. And the ticker tape and confetti falls down around them. And we've said it before, but we'll say it again. Sheffield Wednesday, deserved winners.
Yes, Nicholas, but overall, I think you have to say that if the referee had given Barnsley that a penalty when Gregory brought down his man inside the penalty area, brought down Kitchen inside the penalty area, and only gave Phillips a yellow card, then the final would have probably been somewhat different.
It could well have gone to penalties if Barnsley's goal had stood. If Barnsley had taken the penalty, I should say. But so the trophy now being passed around the players, and it looks as though the celebrations will be going on across. It looks as though the celebrations will be going on across Sheffield for such a long time, and Sheffield is a town that is a great place to be a football supporter. Sheffield United promoted from the Championship to the Premier League, don't forget. And now it's Sheffield Wednesday's turn for their day in the sun to be promoted to the Championship. And we've actually got Mike Hardiman who's wanting to join. Mike, good evening. We'll just wait for him. We'll just wait.
Hi, Nick. Hi, mate. How we doing?
Yes, fine. Mike Hardiman, you wanted to say something?
That was just another brilliant playoff final once again. Sheffield Wednesday 4-0 down to Peterborough from their first leg in the semi-final, and then we're able to get the job done. And then today, just wow, that one looked like it was going to penalties as well, just like the playoff finals for the Championship and League Two were. And then Josh Winder steps up last minute and wins it in dramatic fashion. All I'm going to say is the playoffs, just wow. It's something that you absolutely love about football when you're on the right side of it. I feel for Barnsley on the back of obviously having a man sent off and then, staying in there and hanging in there and, they were very, very unlucky with Barnsley not to get that through to a penalty shootout. But, the playoffs, simply put.
Thank you, Mike. So Sheffield Wednesday up to the Championship. They'll be playing against the likes of Sunderland, Blackburn, Millwall, Coventry, but also their Yorkshire rivals, Leeds United and Sheffield, Leeds United and Rotherham United. So there will be quite a few Yorkshire derbies in the Championship next season, and because the celebrations are still going on inside the Royal Box, and the players are looking to start making their way down, we shall have to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for joining us throughout this last period of the domestic league season. Don't forget next Saturday it is the FA Cup final. I will be in the presenting hot seat and for the first time in Commentary Hub history, it'll be a three-way commentary with JB Stuttard, Russ Vernon, and Paul James being the men to describe it all for you. We hope to have a few guest pundits. We hope to have a few guest pundits in for next week. We'll let you know who they are, and you can find that out by following us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1 or checking out our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. My thanks to Russ Vernon for his insightful expert analysis, and also to Mike Hardiman for chipping in with a few words at the last minute. My thanks must go to you, the listeners, for tuning into a game which we didn't think was going to go one particular way. We thought at one time it was going to go the whole 90 minutes. We thought it would go to extra time. We thought it would go to penalties. But there could be only one outcome. So from all of us and myself, Nicholas Jones, thank you again for listening. Good night.